டுமுகுட்லா உடுங்குட்லா அடுங்குட்லா தன மட்ட பச்சாட்ட எங்களுக்கு பேட்டு நாங்க நர நர எங்க அட்டி தர தர எதிர்த்து வர வர யாரு இங்க அற கொற வந்தா எதிரி போயிடணும் கதறி அதறி பதறி ஓடிடணும் செதறி நம்ம ஊரு நம்ம கந்து முடிகின்னு கொஞ்சம் ஒத்து செம்ம மட்டும்தான் நம்ம TNPL மாப்பு நம்ம ஊரு நம்ம கந்து முடிகின்னு கொஞ்சம் ஒத்து செம்ம மட்டும்தான் நம்ம TNPL மாப்பு.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Shriram Capital Tamil Nadu Premier League 2026. Natham is hosting its 100th TNPL game. இந்த ஒரு தருணத்துல எங்களுக்கு அவ்வளவு பெருமை. ஏன்னா இந்த கிரவுண்ட்ல நிறைய விஷயங்கள் நாங்க பார்த்திருக்கோம். 90,000 ரன்ஸ் இந்த பிச்சஸ்ல நாங்க பார்த்திருக்கோம். ஃபாஸ்டஸ்ட் செஞ்சுரிஸ் பார்த்திருக்கோம். 200+ ஸ்கோர்ஸ் பார்த்திருக்கோம். நிறைய ரெக்கார்ட்ஸ், நிறைய விஷயங்கள். அதனால நத்தம் இன்னைக்கு ஒரு செலிப்ரேஷன் மோட்ல இருக்கு. பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கிற மக்கள் அனைவருக்கும் முதல்ல இனிய சுதந்திர தின நல்வாழ்த்துக்கள். அப்படியே 100வது கேமோட செலிப்ரேஷன்ஸையும் நம்ம ஆரம்பிக்க ரெடியா இருக்கோம். என் கூட இணைவது ஷபானி பாஸ்கர். வெல்கம் ஷபானி. இன்னைக்கு லாஸ்ட் கேம் இன் TNPL இந்த சீசன் நத்தம்ல நமக்கு வேற. How does it feel so far? எப்படி இருந்திருக்கு?
Well, vanakkam Sastika, vanakkam நேர்களே, and also very happy Independence Day to one and all. ஒரு fabulous feeling தாங்க. இங்க நத்தம்ல வந்து நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி நிறைய ரெக்கார்ட்ஸ் பார்த்திருக்கோம். highest totals, highest chases and நிறைய 200 scores பார்த்திருக்கோம். செஞ்சுரிஸும் பார்த்திருக்கோம். என்ன 4 செஞ்சுரி பார்த்திருக்கோம் இந்த சீசன்ல. ஃபாஸ்டஸ்ட் செஞ்சுரியும் பார்த்திருக்கோம். NS சதுரவேத் 40 பால்ல, நேத்திக்கு 45 பால்லையும் பார்த்தோம் மோகித் ஹரிஹரன் கிட்ட இருந்து. So it's been a festival. And fittingly so, now today Independence Day is going to be a carnival too.
Definitely, yes. In fact, கொஞ்ச நேரத்துக்கு முன்னாடி நம்ம வந்து பார்த்தோம், இங்க பூஜை பண்ணாங்க, அதுக்கப்புறம் கேக் கட்டிங் செரிமனிஸ் எல்லாம் பண்ணாங்க. செலிப்ரேஷனா மாறிட்டு இருக்கு. தமிழ்நாடு பிரீமியர் லீக் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாலே நம்ம எப்பவுமே என்ன சொல்லுவோம் அப்படின்னா திருவிழா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். கிரிக்கெட் திருவிழா இங்க வேற லெவல்ல இருக்கு. அதுவும் லேண்ட்மார்க் எடிஷன்ல இருக்கிறப்போ இட் இஸ் பீன் ஃபினாமினல். ஆல்சோ நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி என்ன மாதிரி பெர்ஃபார்மன்சஸ். இன்ஃபேக்ட் திண்டுக்கல்ல நம்ம பிச்சஸ் பத்தி பேசியே ஆகணும் ஷபானி. பேக் டு பேக் நமக்கு டபுள் ஹெட்டர்ஸ் இருந்திருக்கு. பட் தி பிச்சஸ் ஹஸ் பீன் கிரேட் அண்ட் வி ஹவ் சீன் நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி அந்த 200+ ஸ்கோர்ஸ் எல்லாம் பார்த்துக்கிட்டே இருக்கும். நீங்க என்ன சொல்லணும்னு நினைக்கிறீங்க?
ஆமாம், நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா எவ்ரி டே இட்ஸ் கெட்டிங் பெட்டர். அண்ட் த பிச்சஸ் வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஆக்சுவலி பவுன்ஸ் இஸ் இன்க்ரீசிங் வித் எவ்ரி டே 2 centimeters more every day. அண்ட் அது யூஸ்வலி த பவுன்ஸ் கெட்ஸ் லோவர் அண்ட் லோவர் நீங்கள் ஆஸ் த டோர்னமெண்ட் ப்ரோக்ரஸஸ். நேற்றுக்கு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரெயின் இருந்தது. ரெயின் எஃபெக்டட் கேம் 15 ஓவர் தான். ஆனால் அந்த 15 ஓவர்ஸில் வந்து திண்டுக்கல் டிராகன்ஸ் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு ரெக்கார்ட் டோட்டல் செட் பண்ணாங்க. 239 அடித்தாங்க. அண்ட் இட் வாஸ் the skipper led the way. நீங்க பாபா இந்திரஜித் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு 73 and 25 balls-லயே அடிச்சாரு. and fastest 50 இந்த சீசன்ல அவரோட பேட்ல இருந்து தான் வந்திருக்கு. so it was an amazing game. and அவர் மட்டும் இல்ல, அவரோட the entire batting order பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஆரம்பிச்ச விதம் VK வினித், சிவம் சிங் ஆரம்பிச்சு விட்டாங்க. and then இந்திரஜித் really took it all the way through.
in fact அவர் அந்த ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி எடுத்துக்கிட்டாரு. அதற்கு ப்ரீவியஸ் கேம் வரைக்கும் அவர்கிட்ட நம்ம கேட்டப்போ எல்லாமே டீம் மேல அதை சொல்லவே இல்லை. நான் தான் அந்த ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டியை எடுத்துப்பேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னாரு. and yesterday அதற்கான ஒரு பலனை தான் இங்க வந்து அவங்க அனுபவிச்சாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஆகணும். பட் இன்னொரு பக்கம் இரண்டாவது கேமுமே சரி என்னடா அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கோம். இன்னும் ரெண்டாவது கேமுமே வேற லெவல்ல இருக்கு. இன்ஃபேக்ட் எனக்கு இங்கே இருந்த மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. 1:30 மணிக்கு தான் மேட்ச் முடிஞ்சிச்சுங்கிறதே எனக்கு தெரியாத அளவுக்கு ஒரு ஃபேண்டாஸ்டிக் கேமை நம்ம இங்க பார்த்தோம்.
ஆமா, ஒரு ரன் ஃபெஸ்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா சேபாக் சூப்பர் கில்லிஸ் they had to bat first and they had a sighter of the pitch also because Indrajit and Dindigul Dragons ஆடின விதம் மோகித் ஹரிஹரன் ரெண்டாவது கேம் தான் ஆடுறாரு. ஆமா, சேபாக் சூப்பர் கில்லிஸ் absolutely brilliant. 100 அடிச்சாரு. 4th 100 of the season. and இப்போ இன்னைக்கு 20th game. so 20 கேம்ஸுக்குள்ள 400 பார்த்துருக்கோம். நிறைய 90, 98 ஸ்கோர்ஸும் பார்த்துருக்கோம். மோகித் ஹரிஹரன் அந்த பவர் பிளேல சில 4s அடிச்சாரு. அதுக்கப்புறம் 6 தான் பறக்க விட்டாரு,
சுத்தி காமிச்சாரு. அதாவது நத்தம்ல இது வந்து ஸ்டாண்ட் நம்பர் 1, இது ஸ்டாண்ட் நம்பர் 10 எல்லாம் பார்த்துக்கோங்க, இது கமெண்டேட்டர் பாக்ஸ் அப்படின்னு சுத்தி அவர் காமிச்சுக்கிட்டே இருந்தாரு. நிஜமாலுமே நல்லா இருந்துச்சு. பட் இன்னொரு பக்கம் மதுரை பேந்தர்ஸ்ல தி யங்ஸ்டர் ஹரி ராகவேந்திரா, just 21 years old, முதல் TNPL மேட்ச் இந்த நர்வோட அப்படி வருது. ஒரு 240 அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு சேஸ், சாரி 240ங்கிற சேஸ் தான். எல்லா பக்கமும் நிறைய ரன்ஸ் இருக்கிறதுனால கரெக்டா சொல்றேனா அப்படின்னு யோசிச்சேன். பட் எஸ் அந்த 241 சேஸ் he held himself 98 runs. முதல் பால்ல இருந்து கடைசி பால் வரைக்கும் அங்க நின்னாரு. what do you have to say about that?
நிறைய கேரக்டர் காமிச்சாரு because he came in at number 5. அதுவும் நம்ம நினைவு வச்சுக்கணும். he didn't come in at number 3. he came in at number 5 when Madurai Panthers were in a tough situation. நிறைய விக்கெட்ஸ் இழந்திருந்தாங்க. and நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி 241 runs chase பண்ணும்போது they got quite close and he got to a 98. 100க்கு opportunity இருந்தது. and of course it didn't come through, but அவரோட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்ரீராம் கேபிட்டல் TNPL கேம்லயே அவரோட கிளாஸ் அண்ட் கேரக்டர் காமிச்சிருக்காரு. ஸோ இட்ஸ் a brilliant thing to watch.
இன்ஃபேக்ட் அவர்கிட்ட நான் பேசுறப்ப அவர் சொன்னாரு எனக்கு இன்னும் bowlingக்கும் அந்த ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கிடைக்கல, bowling மட்டும் கிடைச்சிச்சுன்னா துஷார கேர்ஃபுல்லா இருக்க சொல்லியிருக்காரு. பட் எஸ் இன்னைக்கு கேமை பத்தி நம்ம பேசலாம். இன்னைக்கு கேமுக்கு பிட்ச் ரிப்போர்ட்டோட அஜய் மேரா வெயிட் பண்றாரு. வாங்க அஜய் கிட்ட போலாம்.
It's the last day out here in Dindigul, and I tell you what, we have to compliment the curator, the ground staff. Excellent surfaces they have provided throughout the tournament, because this surface has been absolutely very conducive for the batters as well. We have seen a run feast, and we are using the same surface today as well. That's pitch number 4. Yesterday on the same surface, 850 runs were scored and 79 boundaries as well. So you can just guess what kind of surface it is. I feel, I reckon that probably the team batting first out here today should score around 200 runs batting first. But overall looks really very nicely rolled as well. Looks really hard as I go down. And you can see these blocks as well. They look to be really very firm. So really nothing on the surface for the bowlers. I think probably the spinners, they have a role here, because they just have to bowl with that guile. Those variations are going to be very important for them. But overall, I think it's going to be a treat for the batters once again. It's a batter's paradise. I expect the team batting first to post at least 200 runs batting first on this surface.
பேட்டர்ஸ் பேரடைஸ்ன்னு சொல்லிட்டாரு. ஒரு 200+ ரன் ஃபெஸ்ட் பார்ப்போம்னு சொல்லிட்டாரு. ஷபானி நீங்க எப்படி ரீட் பண்றீங்க?
மறுபடியும் பிட்ச் நம்பர் 4ல இருக்கும். அண்ட் இந்த பிட்ச் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா நிறைய ரன்ஸ் வந்திருக்கு. 240 241 எல்லாம் பார்த்துருக்கோம். அதே தான் இன்னைக்கும் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் பண்ணுறோம். அவர் ஆல்சோ சொன்னார் அஜய் மேரா, there is something for the spinners. அவங்க கரெக்டான லெங்த் போட்டு கரெக்டான ஸ்பீடில் ஆப்ரேட் பண்ணாங்கன்னா they will get some turn.
அப்படின்றது தான் உங்களோட இதாகவும் இருக்கு. பட் இன்னொரு பக்கம் பேட்டர்ஸ் அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு ஃபெஸ்டிவலாக தான் அமைஞ்சுக்கிட்டே இருக்கு. இன்னைக்கு என்ன நடக்க போகுது அப்படின்னு நீங்க ஆவலா இருப்பீங்க. ரெண்டு டீம் கேப்டன்ஸ் விடா கோவை கிங்ஸ் அண்ட் ட்ரிச்சி கிராண்ட் சோலோஸ் அட கேப்டன்ஸ் வெயிட் பண்றாங்க. வாங்க டாஸுக்கு போகலாம்.
Vanakkam Dindigul. It's a momentous occasion. It's match number 100 at the NPR College Ground here in Natham, Dindigul. And boy, what an amazing set of games this venue has provided us. Time here for the toss. One last time here from Dindigul this season. Match number 20 between the VIDA Kovai Kings and the Trichy Grand Cholas. We have got two fabulous captains here. Shahrukh Khan, cool, calm and collected. And chirpy and vibrant is J. Suresh Kumar of the Trichy Grand Cholas. We have the match referee, Mr. Ashik Srinivas. We've got Nallamuthu, dealer principal, VIDA. And we've got T. Sushant, director of cricket, Trichy Grand Cholas. We have got all the men who matter. Time now for the toss. The match referee will hand the coin to Shahrukh Khan, who will give it a nice little spin.
Tails.
Tails is the call.
Tails.
It's a tail. Suresh Kumar has called correctly. Toss ஜெயிச்சிருக்கீங்க, என்ன பண்ண போறீங்க and ஏன்?
We like to bowl first. Actually இதான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டாஸ் நான் ஜெயிச்சிருக்கேன். ஸோ bowl பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு போகிறேன்.
என்ன ஒரு காரணமாக இருக்குது? நிறைய கேப்டன்ஸ் வந்து இங்கே டாஸை ஜெயிச்சு போல் பண்ணுறாங்க. என்ன ஒரு காரணம்னு ஃபீல் பண்ணுறீங்க?
இல்லை ஆக்சுவலாக ஃபஸ்ட் 3 கேம்ஸ் நான் ஜெயிச்ச 3 கேம்ஸும் ஃபஸ்ட் பேட்டிங் தான் பண்ணோம். அதே பேட்டர்னாக இருக்க வேணாம், மறுபடியும் அதை ட்ரை பண்ணலாம், செகண்ட் பேட்டிங் ஆடி ட்ரை பண்ணலான்னு பார்க்குறேன்.
உங்கள் டீம் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நிறைய புது ஹீரோஸ் எமர்ஜ் ஆகிட்டே வராங்க. வந்து போன மேட்ச் அஃப்கோர்ஸ் ஷாம் தூள் கிளப்பினதை பார்த்தோம். பேட்டிங் போலிங் எல்லாத்துலேயும் சரிப்பட சேர்ந்து வருது. கரெக்டான டைமில் பீக் பண்ணுறீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களா?
ஹோப்ஃபுல்லி எல்லா சான்சஸுமே கிளிக் பண்ணணும்னு பார்க்குறோம். ஏன்னா ஒருத்தர் 2 பேரை டிபெண்ட் பண்ணி இல்லாமல் ஹோல் த டீம் டிபெண்ட் அந்த எனி கேம் எனிவேர் ஜெயிக்க முடியும்னு நம்புகிறோம்.
இன்றைக்கி டீமில் ஏதேனும் சேஞ்சஸ் இருக்கா?
2 சேஞ்சு. சஞ்சய் யாதவ் அண்ட் சரா இஸ் நாட் பிளேயிங். சாய் அண்ட் பவன் சூர்யா பிளேயிங்.
Tactical or injury related?
Injury related.
Okay, have a good game. Go well.
Thank you.
Shahrukh Khan has lost yet another toss. 5 on the trot. What's going wrong for you at the toss?
I don't know. I think the luck is not favoring us at the start of the game, but it's just a small part of the game, according to me. But if we put on our best foot forward and play a good brand of cricket, we'll be on the winning side more often than not.
You also played patches of good cricket for the most part, but some of the results have eluded you. What have you done going back to the drawing board?
I think we've been doing well whenever we've played. All the games have been crunch games. It has gone till the wire. But we're just not sealing the crunch moments in the game where it matters. Yeah, it is a fairly young team, and the new boys. As we get beaten or we win a few games, we'll get to know the balance and do it better in the coming games.
100 games at this venue. Any special memories that you have of this ground over here?
Yeah, many. I think been playing under 19 cricket for a long time. Played a lot of matches here, 23s TNPL, and yeah, this ground has a lot of memories. Only the other day we were talking about our under 23 game here, and it was fun when we were playing with our own teammates. But yeah, 100 games here, and it gives a good feeling.
What's the team news for today?
We've got two changes. Madhav and Prasid come in place of Manav and somebody.
All right, we'll figure it out later. But have a good game and enjoy yourselves.
Thank you.
Well, that's the news from the center. The Trichy Grand Cholas have won the toss and have elected to field first.
ஒரு கேப்டன் நான் இதுதான் முதல் முறை டாஸ் வின் பண்றேங்கிறாரு. இன்னொரு கேப்டன் போன சீசன்ல இருந்து டாஸ் வின் பண்ணல. அடுத்த டைம் வரும்போது முதல்ல அதுக்கு தான் பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணிட்டு வரணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
ஷாருக்கான் வந்து என்னோட வந்து பிராக்டிஸ் பண்ணணும். ஏன்னா நானும் டாஸ் எப்பவுமே தோப்பேன். சோ அப்போ பாத்தீங்கன்னா மேபி அதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் மொமெண்டம் கிடைக்கும்.
பட் எஸ் ரெண்டு டீம்ஸ் இருக்காங்க. சேஞ்சஸ் இருக்கு ஷபானி.
ஆமா, கோவை பாத்தீங்கன்னா மாதவ பிரசாத் வந்திருக்காரு. திருச்சி பாத்தீங்கன்னா ரெண்டு சேஞ்சஸ், பவன் சூர்யா அண்ட் சாய் ஸ்ரீராமும் உள்ள வந்திருக்காங்க. சோ நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா திருச்சி வந்து if they win today, they will be at the top of the table going into the phase in Chennai. So that will be a big boost for them. And Shahrukh Khan or the team and VIDA Kovai Kings பாத்தீங்கன்னா they do really need a win here.
Definitely. ஏன்னா அந்த வின் கிடைச்சா மட்டும்தான் they will still be alive. ஏன்னா மிடில் டேபிள் மாடல் நம்ம பார்த்துக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் டேபிளில் அப்படிங்கிறதுனால அந்த வின் அப்படிங்கிறது ரொம்ப முக்கியம் விடா கோவை கிங்ஸுக்கு. பட் இன்னைக்கு திருச்சி கிராண்ட் சோலாஸ் நீங்கள் சொன்ன மாதிரி இஃப் தே வின் they reach the number 1 position before they go to Chennai. உங்களோட ப்ரெடிக்ஷன் என்னவா இருக்கு? திருச்சியா இல்லை விடா கோவை கிங்ஸ்?
I feel திருச்சியோட மொமெண்டம் செமையா இருக்கு. ஆனா இன்னைக்கு they are chasing something different. So நான் விடா கோவை கிங்ஸ்க்கு வந்து 51 கொடுப்பேன், திருச்சிக்கு வந்து 49.
நான் திருச்சி பக்கம் இருந்துக்கிறேன். பட் எஸ், லைவ் ஆக்ஷன் உங்களுக்காக காத்துட்டு இருக்கு. வாங்க போலாம்.
And out walk the two umpires, Mohammad Rafi and K. Ram Kishore. It's a musical jodi, that's for sure, according to me. And so Asvedam joined by Divine Sen, a very fine storyteller alongside me, and loves his music too. And what was music to the ears of this skipper, winning the toss for the first time in Shriram capital TNPL, as TGC, the Trichy Grand Cholas, are taking on the VIDA Kovai Kings. VIDA Kovai Kings need momentum, Debayan, and TGC, they're peaking at the right time.
Absolutely. Thanks, first of all, for that introduction. A day of festivities. It's not just Independence Day. Happy Independence Day to everybody who's tuning in. But it's also the 100th match here at this NPR College ground in Natham. And the Kovai Kings will be hoping to mark it with a good performance. Radha Krishnan coming out to open with Lokeshwar. Got a game in the last match as well. Didn't quite get kicking. And as you rightly said, Trichy Grand Cholas winning the toss for the first time. They have batted second before. But Sairaj Davidson, he was outstanding in that last match, wasn't he?
Absolutely. Look at that 4-wicket haul as well, 4 for 24. It's good to know that he is on song. 91 wickets. Nearing a good milestone. And then there is this pocket-sized dynamite. A while ago, we all celebrated and will continue the celebrations. This is the Shriram Capital TNPL as we reach a landmark game. 100 games, 100 dreams. Every time the cricketers take the field, they make sure that they set an example for all the others who want to get into the sport while knocking higher doors of cricket. It's only because of these visionaries you see on screen that we have been able to achieve here, and it's just a number. There's 200, 300, a lot more left.
Yeah, amazing to watch. Terrific ground staff. Superb effort by all concerned. My only question, and what I was wondering, where were you during all of that? Lovely cake, lots of celebrations. What were you doing, Suhas? Where were you?
That's the only complaint that I have with Debayan. You didn't tell me there was a cake there. Let's listen to the big board.
Hey.
Let's listen to the umpire. Let's play the 100th game of Shriram Capital TNPL. It moved a tad bit just to keep Sairaj interested. Radha Krishnan off the mark.
Yeah, and goes to his bowling partner who impressed so much in the last match, Ishwaran. A little bit of a fumble, almost making a meal of that, but just about doing enough to cover the line of that ball. Very fortunate, because it could have so easily spun away towards the boundary. Would have been an embarrassing start. And right off the very first ball, the umpire just has a little word with the bowler about his follow through.
Yeah, you've got to be careful of that, Aditya Raj. The momentum carries you inside that danger area. You've got to be wary of that one. I thought he was fine there. Oh, it's the batter. This time doesn't need to run. Lokeshwar's off the mark with a beautiful drive for as secure as Shriram's life insurance plans.
Well, we call Tushar Raheja Rocket Raheja, but I call this young man the pocket rocket, because he is superb. He's tiny in stature, but he really times the ball beautifully. He's got a lot of power behind it as well. And we are just 2 boundaries away from the 498th four in this particular tournament. Of course, a lot more in TNPL history, I'm sure.
Might want to correct that line, Aditya Raj, but the pace on it was 98, only 98 for someone who usually bowls at 130s.
Yeah, the last time we saw Trichy Grand Cholas in action and we had that outstanding bowling effort from them, the pitch was a tad bit slower, but today it looks firm, it looks hard, it looks like it's ideal for batting. Maybe it might work out well for VIDA Kovai Kings. Head coach Thirukumaran will be hoping that there's a slightly better batting performance. Because remember, they scored 194 in the first match, 239 in the second one. The first one they ended up winning, the second one they lost out. And since then, they've had 2 scores in the 160s. Options for them. And they'll be hoping that their batters get the job done so that they can bring in possibly one of the bowlers or 2 of the all-rounders in for the second innings.
Oh yes, absolutely. Shahrukh Khan. Did he get good connection? No. Fielder in the deep, puts it down. Would you believe it? Now how do you convince Aditya Raj that there was something troubling you there, Ganesh?
Yeah, Ganesh Murthy, he's been a good fielder, but this is poor. Gets all the way in and just makes a complete hash of it. He'll be especially disappointed because it's not as if he misjudged it. He was right there. Might just have lost it somewhere right at the end of its flight path, but that's a big let-off because Lokeshwar is the kind of batter who will make you pay for it.
It's Ganesh Murthy as well. He'll take it 9 out of 10 times. Once again, easing it through the gap. Radhakrishnan borrowing a leaf out of Lokeshwar's book. Finishes the over with a very classy boundary. 12 of it, 11 overs. Solid team. These Kovai is searching for form very desperately though. It's a very good team on paper. It's about translating. And also the tosses haven't gone their way. Eastwaran, the economy of 7, very sought after.
Yeah, previous over, a little bit of a let-off first for Radhakrishnan. I thought initially it was Lokeshwar, but it was actually Radhakrishnan. But this one he got right off the middle of the bat. Just a bit of hint of movement away, but he covered it nicely and just punched it through the gap. The problem has been they've been a bit over-reliant, if you notice, on Sachin and Andre Siddharth. They've been the only 2 contributors, really.
And given the trend over here, oh, he'll come back for the second run. Excellent. Just a dab. That's a good way to take care of Ishwaran's deliveries as well. In case he's very accurate, which he was on that occasion. And yes, talking about the VIDA Kovai Kings, what hasn't gone their way? The tosses, of course. The coin has always fallen on the side that was either not called or did not prefer. Shah Rukh Khan. It's almost as if Shah Rukh Khan goes for tosses and the openers start to pad up. The trend has been chasing here in Shriram Capital TNPL, at least in Natham.
Yeah, it is the way the modern T20 game works. You're always better off when you have that target in mind. We saw that in that on that occasion when they posted 239. Look at that. Most runs, Sachin 233, Andre on 140. After that, it just drops off. Lokeshwar still has had some starts, but with Abhinav with 47 in at number 5 tells you about the problems they've had.
Free flowing, and the ball's flying. Radhakrishnan enters double digits and in some style, so smooth off his bat. The best a man can get at. That's a Gillette smooth shot.
Each of these shots, each of these runs will hurt Ganesh Murthy a lot more because they really should have had him, but that's a beautiful stroke. Just easing through it, playing those arms at it, and it tells you that this is a very good batting deck. You need some good substantial runs. We are already into the second over. It's at 21 without loss, but it looks like another potential 220, 230 plus. At least a minimum requirement.
You might call this blasphemy, because I'm going to name someone so technically correct, watertight in terms of technique, and of course the temperament as well is excellent. He reminded me of Ajinkya Rahane. Every time he plays this shot, he's gone there again. The result hasn't changed. Radhakrishnan. That is some hit.
Yeah, what a difference a couple of days make, because Ishwaran was unplayable in the last match, but today this is quite an exhibition of solid timing from Radhakrishnan. I would agree with you actually. A little bit of Ajinkya Rahane about it, just staying firm and just using his hands, just using the extension of the arms to time it over. Beautiful.
And just in case you missed it the first time, here he is going at it again. Back-to-back sixes for a man who scored just 5 in the previous game. Monkey off his back, and he knows which one not to hit.
You know, for somebody who was known for his test quality, one shot I remember in particular of Ajinkya Rahane's over Dale Stein's head during the 2015 World Cup at the MCG. Trichy and their substitutes, Jafar Jamal not included today, may come on later as a batter, but they have some options. And they'll surely want to keep some of those up their sleeve depending on what happens in this bowling effort.
Couldn't control the line there, Ishwaran. Slower delivery, that one. 100.8 compared to all the other ones which have been in the vicinity of 125. It's written against the skipper's name now by the wicket-keeper's name. He's not going to like that.
Very close to the leg side.
Very good thinking. 18 of the over with that tap and run. 30 for no loss. $30 for no loss. Oh yes, they're asking for sixes. There's 4 also written on the other side. More than that, it acts as a good fan as well. Every fan needs a fan. Shriram Capital TNPL, we haven't been short of fans, and why would we be? This has been a carnival. The IOB buggy cams also capturing the bouquet effect in the back. At the back, you must have seen. It's all because we're playing the 100th game of this marvelous tournament that just continues to give.
Yeah, some great quality of batting right through these last few days, and maybe we'll discover a new star today. Radhakrishnan, the way that he's been accessing the offside, beautiful stroke play, especially those 2 lofted cover drives all the way for 6. It's not the biggest of grounds, but on sizable grounds as well, those would have carried all the way.
Go straight. Might not be from the middle of the bat, but the shot is on in the power play. Collects another boundary.
An element of predetermination, but you can do that on a flat deck like this. Just moves away a little bit, almost allows Atisai Raj to go and follow him, and then just frees his arms and goes straight down. 500 fours for as secure as Shriram's life insurance plans.
We're already in a momentous occasions. We're already in a momentous occasion now. There are more occasions added to the bigger one. Look at that start, Radhakrishnan, 23 of 9. He's turning to the captain and saying, were we asked to bat first? Did you really want to bowl first? Look at me go well on this track. Loving the IOP buggy cam a little more today because of that bouquet effort, that effect that it continues to capture. Let me just let it be there. Oh, good slower delivery. Let me just let it be there.
We'll have to seek the director's permission for that, but one thing's for sure, this is a beautiful batting deck, and credit to the ground staff here as well. This is the 20th match in a row, 12th day in a row that we've had here at Dindigul. 3 pitches used. In spite of that, there has been some occasions where we have thought there might be some wear and tear, but they've stood firm. We are seeing some high scores. Yesterday saw a couple of record-threatening scores.
Now the single is available. He was trying to be cheeky. Well, wanted to catch the non-striker off guard. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, good bowling to begin with, right into the block hole. Radhakrishnan was looking to make some room. Not sure how much he intended that. Maybe just slipped out a little bit. But just didn't make the right connection, did he? Port Chess wanted to get Lokeshwar back on strike. I'm only kidding.
Playing the ball to its merit. Good over this. Just 7 of it. 37 for Nolos. Three boundaries, 2 sixes in this effort for VIDA Kovai Kings in the power play. Half the power play done and dusted with. They've aced it thus far. The bind, just the ease with which these shots, especially through the offside, have been scored by Radhakrishnan. That tells you a story about the deck.
And the rotation of strike as well. This is the 4th over, just 4 dot balls, smart batting. The thought is to go for those boundaries, but if they're not able to do that, do the next best thing. As a result, they're going at 12 runs per over. Outstanding start.
Ashik Srinivas, our match referee. He's got a couple of milestones on this very ground.
In the air, should be taken, and is taken as well. No mistake this time at all. And that's a big breakthrough. It's a superb comeback by Ishwaran. Donked for a few in the first over. It's the young man, Bhavan Surya, who pulls off the catch at mid-off.
Back of the hand, slower delivery. Didn't read it. And Radhakrishnan, who was striking the ball ever so cleanly, has found a spot on the bat that has acted as a spot of bother as well. Gone for 24. Was striking well indeed. 38 for 1 with the Kovai Kings. Mr. Dependable, Sachin B walks out. 233 runs in 5 matches. That 70 odd earlier in the Shriram Capital TNPL was such a treat to watch. Reason he's out there is this.
Yeah, the change of pace doing its work, and Ishwaran is so good with that back of the hand slower ball, disguises it quite well. Usual arm speed, which is what foxes the batters, and Radhakrishnan had sort of come out with that license to thrill. Got that let off early on, and that's why Ganesh Murthy will be the most relieved man on the pitch.
Absolutely. He went for the high five twice in celebration. Now, word on Sachin as well. That 70 odd we talked about, that was one of the most fluent innings that we've ever seen. But the 42 of 29 versus the Nellai Royal Kings as well was something that was sending a statement that he can adapt to the situation brilliantly. One of the biggest reasons that he's so sought after at number 3. Off the mark.
Yeah, been a good tournament for some of the left-handers, isn't it?
Ashik Srinivas, the 100th game as match referee. He's got a lovely relationship with this ground in Natham. Took his 100th first-class wicket as well on this very ground. And when it was the first game in this ground, he opened as a player. The story continues. The roles are changing. But life has come a full circle. Should be taken. Catching practice continues. Ishwaran, right arm over the wicket. Can we please add back of the hand slow bowler?
Yeah, hang that slower ball in the Louvre because it's an absolute beauty the way that it's coming out. Again committing himself to skipping down the wicket. Wanted to play an aggressive shot. Got outfoxed. But then had just committed to that shot. Didn't withdraw the bat on time. Just lobs up in the air. Comfortable catch for Kaushik, the vice captain. Both openers dismissed now. Lokeshwar goes back for 12. 39 for 2.
Andre Siddharth, 140 runs in 5 games. In the air, oh, almost. This was a lob as well. Ishwaran in the power play with the slower deliveries is wrecking havoc. 2 runs and 2 wickets in the over, 39 for 2. With our Kovai Kings, started off well. Quick fire 38 by the openers and then the double stutter. Ganesh Murthy. Dropped a sitter, has got to redeem himself. 7.1, very good economy.
Thankfully, it hasn't hurt them too much. And now so much of pressure on these two. The best batters on form in this entire tournament, but 2 young men, 22 and 19. Massive responsibility, not just to rebuild, but also to get them up to a competitive total here.
Both the openers of VIDA Kovai Kings have the same topic to discuss at dinner.
Yeah, how to unlock this mystery of the slower ball. The second one in particular will be quite disappointed. Having seen that slow down, probably had the option of just withdrawing his bat if he could, but in the end just lobbing it up. Yeah, well bowled. Ishwaran carrying on that form from the previous match.
so adept at understanding where the batter wants to meet his delivery as well, and he pulls the length back ever so slightly. Always watchful of where the feet are of the batter, just in case he's trying anything funny or silly.
Well done, Sabash.
Might be to create room, might be dancing down the track.
And it must be said, you must also compliment the effort of Atisai Raj. Came up for that over, the previous over, just gave 7 runs and helped pull things back a little bit after that flying start. Sometimes, or often we say, bowlers hunt in pairs. This was a classic example of that. He did it with some fast balls, some good Yorkers, and then Ishwaran following up with those slower balls. Hunting in pairs, and now the spinner.
That'll disappear. Sachin B with his first 6. And that has a shade of great authority.
It's a strength area of his, that mid-wicket region. Once the ball is somewhere in his arc, he's a tall man, he's got a superb reach, and on a good pitch, he's always going to take his chances, especially inside the power play. He knows that's a safe shot. Would have sailed over for a boundary if he hadn't timed it as well, but he's gone all the way for 77 meters. Outstanding yet again.
Glorious. I think one of his favorite things to do is not challenge the fielders, at the same time do so.
And when a batter is timing it this well, that's about the best a man can get. And this man is definitely the best batter in this side by a country mile. Of course, we have to account for the fact that B. Sai Sudarshan is missing through injury, but this young man has shades of Sai Sudarshan in a lot of the ways that he strikes the ball.
Will he come back for the second here? No, that'll be asking too much from him. Didn't exist, the second run. Despite that slump at 39, suddenly with 2 wickets falling, both the openers, Andre and Sachin, are handling it well. That's the experience. Young, fearless, and at the same time experienced in this format of the game. End of the over. Still 13 come off it despite the dot delivery to finish with. 52 for 2.
VIDA Kovai Kings, 52 for 2 and 5. Lost a couple of wickets, but going along at 10 runs and over. Time to bring in Anthony Das for the Trichy Grand Cholas. It's the last over of the power play. It's not been a season to remember so far for the VIDA Kovai Kings, but there's obviously a lot of hope. There's the margin to make the effort as well in the match today and the matches that lie ahead. As Sachin B just works that around for a single. Time to welcome into the commentary box, fresh after a good game of pickleball, Charu Sharma.
Thank you, Nishad. Good game. Good 20 games. It goes by quickly, doesn't it? We had a wonderful time today. It's a rare one-match day here at the Shriram capital Tamil Nadu Premier League. But it's an important day because it is the last match here at this beautiful ground. And allow me at least one more comment about it. Just how beautiful the setting is. Edged. That'll be another boundary. Trust him to smack a 4 like that, just like Shriram Chits, and dugout enjoys it. But just back to the field though, because and the spectators. There are so many wonderful features about this ground that I think they need more attention than that boundary, which was edged. Lots of people every day for every match, particularly of course for the home team Dindigul. And haven't we all had a wonderful time here? But most of that centered because of the beauty and the setting of this ground.
No doubt about that. One of the picturesque venues and a momentous occasion today. 100 matches here. This time he connects. It's convincing. 1 bounce and 4. Trust him to smack a 4 like that, just like Shriram Chits. Beautifully hit.
I think Andre heard me. That edge was nothing that I was going to talk about. He said, well, let me show you a quality shot. And it certainly was. Moved out of the way, jumped into the line, and didn't play across. You know, there's so much value in playing along the line rather than across. Of course, you get those big sixes as slog sweeps. But these, behind the bowler, are always special.
The bowler certainly doesn't like that. He tries to pull. Should be taken at mid-wicket. Andre just backing his aggressive instincts, but Anthony Das has got his number this time.
It's the 6th over curse. The final over of the power play. There's always a little bit of ambition and greed, thinking, all right, let me smack a couple of big ones because there are only 2 outfielders, and sometimes you hit balls that you're not ready for. Regulation delivery by Anthony Das. No trickery there, but Andre goes back after smacking 2 fours and not much else. 61 now for 3.
Shah Rukh Khan hasn't had the best time at the Shriram Capital TNPL 2026. A best of only 29, walking in at number 5. There were a few occasions where one felt that he was batting too low down the order. Now he's got time on his side.
Now Andre, 2 fours, 1 edged, 1 hit beautifully. Was it short enough for the pull? Absolutely, but he was late on it. Maybe climbed a little more than he expected. The pitch is still full of bounce and made a rather simple catch at mid-wicket to our friend Ishwaran. He couldn't have dropped that even if he wanted to. So that's poor cricket. You got a couple of fours. Yes, we know it's the last over in power play, but maybe I shouldn't say poor cricket. That's a little excessively critical. Just didn't hit the shot that he wanted. Execution was a little off.
Last ball of the power play. It's short. He helps it along. Pass shot fine. That'll be a 4 to end the power play. The VIDA Kovai Kings 65 for 3. .65 for 3. Not a bad power play in terms of runs, but maybe a wicket too many.
2 wickets too many, I think. And I even have some kind of a kitchen research figure on this, that each wicket you lose, top order wicket, is worth at least 25. So they're in fact 25 only, not 65 for 3. Because if you lose top order wickets, that really sets you back. And too much pressure on those coming in. 7, 8, 9 go by without too many runs, and all just unravels a bit.
Just looking at the power play, Radhakrishnan and Lokeshwar started well. Radhakrishnan in particular impressed with a few good shots until he holed out to mid-off. It was a good catch there. And then Lokeshwar once again, Charu, you would be disappointed with this.
Well, I'm very fond of that young pocket rocket. And then Andre, of course, the third to go after a couple of boundaries. But Lokesh was also looking nice, Loki. And then got tricked by that back of the hand slower one.
Ganesh Murthy, such an important player for the Trichy Grand Cholas. He's been around a long time, and there's Ashik Srinivas on the left. 49 matches in TNPL, 42 wickets and an economy rate of 6.87. Remember, he was a part of the championship winning side in 2016, was playing until last year, and a very long career, Ashik Srinivas. In fact, made his debut in red ball cricket as a teenager. So had a very, very long career.
He's certainly extending it in terms of staying with the game, which is always good to see. Why waste all that experience when you played so much? Some people move away and you can't hold that against them. But a lot of people now are staying with the game. And Ashik, thank you for all the wonderful moments here at the Shriram Capital Tamil Nadu Premier League and all the rest of the cricket that you played. And welcome now to the other side of the desk or the table.
Works that to the deep for a single, and yes, he was a player until last year, and now officiating sometimes, like coaches say, right, that it's difficult for them to sit in the dugout and just see things happen. Wonder what it's like for a match referee. He was playing until last year.
Very tough. You feel like getting up and playing everything, bowling every ball, batting every ball. But yet, of course, some people take that change very easily. Some take time. You know, about... oh, we'll get back to that. 7 done, 68 for 3.
.68 for 3. It's gone a little quiet here, and the VIDA Kovai Kings will really want to pick up. They've got the firepower, of course, with Sachin B, the informed batter, still out there. Shah Rukh Khan yet to fire. Always a danger lurking when he's there.
Yes, but it's been disappointing, and he will be the first one to admit that this edition hasn't gone too well for him. And I do remember his last match, he seemed to be fairly, well, favouring his right knee, was it, or left? So he's also injured. And I hope that he's had the physio look at him. For instance, right here, there was 2. But he just ambled across for a single. And these singles will eventually cost your team. So if he's not 100%, then could somebody else have led the team? Who alone knows?
Sharp lines, clean finish, and ready for another big performance. The Gillette dugout has done its job again. Gillette, the best a man can get. Thirukumaran, the coach of the VIDA Kovai Kings there, a former India cricketer himself, has come up with his plans, has got a lot of experience when it comes to coaching. But I think he's had a look at himself on the screen.
I think he's a long-term supporter of Gillette. And so is she.
Driven to mid-off. But yes, as a coach as well, obviously a little difficult just sitting there. We'll come back to that, but our IOB analysis to the setup of Andre Siddharth.
Yeah, 2 length deliveries at pace, and the shorter one pace off. And he got pulled into that pull. And all came unstuck for Andre. He's a quality cricketer, one of the young stars to be in Tamil Nadu, and hopefully more as well, under 19 of course.
Sachin V is very good square of the wicket on the offside. We've seen that. And just to bring home a point that you were making earlier in the last over about coaches or referees being former players, going out there, watching the proceedings.
Yeah, not just the difficulty in the transition, because you are no longer a player. And you might be a coach, or you might be a match referee or an umpire. But you've got to see the game from a very different angle. Not when I was there, I could do this. That's the worst.
Short ball pulled away. Will a man get there? No, he'll get it on the bounce. Aditya Raj was at fine leg. Only a single.
And there are some who then go past the game, past their memories, past their achievements, and are pretty humble about the whole thing. You know, say, yeah, well, I was what I was when I was. Now I am who I am now, rather than, do you know who I am? And at times you meet people who have a certain higher level of frustration of whether they didn't achieve their goals or whatever else their frustration could be caused by. And it just doesn't, it's not the right role model. So I think all sports persons, not just cricketers, need to be a little aware that when you transition, you become somebody else. I mean, obviously the personality, character doesn't change. But just harping back to glory days and expecting people to remember all of that, that just doesn't sit well.
There's a man in the deep at mid-wicket. And absolutely, but Fortunately, we are living in an era where cricketers have got options to go on and do different things. In a previous era, they had to take up jobs even during their playing days and then eventually drift out of the game and then, you know, have a normal job, so to say, if I can use the word normal.
Yeah, normal's not bad, mind you. But, you know, there's a trend. I'm searching for the right word. We'll get back to that with last ball of the over. Can't get into a new thought.
But that was a good ball by Anthony Das. A very low full toss, bordering on a Yorker. He fielded it off his own bowling. 74 for 3 after 8. Identical economy rates for Aditya Raj, Iswaran and Anthony Das. Ganesh Murthy the outlier with 8. But it's been a decent bowling performance by the Trichy Grand Cholas. Just seem to be picking up in the Shriram Capital TNPL. Shah Rukh Khan takes on Ganesh, but can't find the gap. It's a tumbling effort by Bhavan Surya in the deep. He manages to keep the ball in play.
He just leaned into that, Shah Rukh Khan, using his tall frame. Didn't try and hit it too hard. Was just trying to muscle it over the bowler, hoping for a boundary straight up, and that slip, I hope he's all right. Looks to be just overran it a shade.
Punch straight to cover.
Yeah, the word I was looking for a few minutes ago, a couple of minutes ago, was progression. There's a certain progression, and of course Ganesh Murthy is not going to give me enough time to say anything at all because he's rushing in a bit Jadeja-like.
That's 6. Muscles that over mid-wicket. And when a batter is timing it this well, as Shah Rukh Khan is, that's about the best a man can get.
Finally, the big hit from the big man. I did expect him to boss the bowling here because he's such a quality bat, but he's been a little underdone all the matches so far, and which is why I think his team is missing him hugely, or his batting abilities hugely. I think he's bowled more than he's batted so far with his off-spin, but that was brilliant. 89, just under the 90-meter mark. And I was talking about the progression of cricketers then growing into other roles. Initially, there weren't too many. Maybe there weren't too many options. Now, you mentioned a short while back, there are so many options, so many teams, so many leagues, so many areas where former cricketers can come and contribute. And they are, which is great. But soon that progression is going to lead to a point where hundreds of cricketers going through the system, finishing their careers, realize, well, the older ones are not leaving their jobs. So what do we do next? So it's a funny kind of roller coaster in terms of careers.
That 6 will certainly help Shah Rukh get into the scheme of things, into the flow state rather.
Yeah, he'd spent quite a bit of time there and hadn't really done well in terms of strike rate. Now at 130. Oh, gosh, no, a spinner! Ganesh! That's very poor. We'll take a look at that again at force.
Yes, there's nothing behind that line. Also, because the batters have changed strike, they can change the field, and there is a change. Can see a deep cover being placed for the left-handed Sachin.
I don't think he's looking at the field at all, Sachin. He's saying, you bowl whatever you bowl, I'm going to go big. What an opportunity for a quality bat.
Shuffles across, but it's a good ball by Ganesh Murthy. Oh, run out, there's trouble. And it looks like the captain has to walk back. And Sachin tells his captain that the ball was right there. This is disaster for the VIDA Kovai Kings.
It truly is. And he might even have a leg before there, but maybe got a bit of bat. Shah Rukh, he wasn't going to turn around with that dodgy knee. It might have done it again had he turned around. He just kept going, knowing that it was all over. This is terrible for the VIDA Kovai Kings. He can only shake his head. After he hit a big 6, he was looking for more. Not to be today, gone for 17, 84 for 4. And also, Shahrukh got out the only way that a batsman can get out on a free hit. I mean, that's just tragic.
Yes, we've got to have a look at that. It was a wonderful delivery by Ganesh. Sachin couldn't do anything about it. In fact, you can see Sachin took a couple of steps and then Shahrukh may have just responded to that cue.
I will say it for the 10,000th time. Don't take a quick single when the batsman doesn't know where the ball is. It hits the pad. He's still searching. Is it going to spin back onto the stumps? Am I going to get out? What's happened there? What's going on? And then you're taking a run. He's not paying attention. No way.
A bit of nerves possibly now. Flicked away. It was a full toss. He could have put it anywhere. Just helps it around for a couple of runs.
Okay, I'll amend that. The only time you take a single when the ball hits the pad of the batsman at the striking end and goes very far, you take it. If it's a simple, easy single, because you probably have to call thrice, saying take it, take it, take it, because he's still searching for the ball.
Last ball of the over. And Sachin will retain strike. An important one in the context of the game, one would say. 87 for 4. The IOB analysis, just looking at Sachin and Shyam Sundar. Charu, talented young players.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence to start moving around the crease. Or, of course, stationary, stand and deliver, that's a lot easier. But if you move around, those are little trigger moves, and almost every batsman has that. But only when you spot the ball early and it's an absolutely straight delivery do you stand and deliver.
Sai comes into bowl.
One phrase that we could use is when you start moving around the crease excessively, as some batsmen tend to do when they've been there for a while, it's so easy to double cross yourself. Because you move a little here, a little there, lose sight of exactly where you are, and then play a shot that perhaps was injudicious. At times you don't utilize a wide because you moved somewhere, and all sorts of complications arise when you are moving excessively in the crease. Once in a while to throw the bowler off, that's okay, not excessively.
Sai Shriram coming into this match, bowling off spin. Ambrish off the mark first ball, a good shot down the ground for a single. And Charu, must tell you that Ambrish is one of the youngsters to watch out for. All-round ability, can bowl quick, is very useful with the bat, had a good under-19 World Cup. Looks up to Ben Stokes, and if he can live up to those high standards that his idol has set, who knows what can be possible.
Doesn't still take to fast bowling, does he? But I suppose in terms of what, character, personality, batting?
Everything that he's achieved on field, Charu. But looking for a second is sent back, and rightly so. Just the kind of impact, that's what Ambrish would want to create on field.
That I go with. I mean, what a name, Ben Stokes. Talismanic. Can win matches alone. And maybe with a little bit of help. Or with a bat or ball, or with a great catch, some wonderful fielding. So a fabulous all-round cricketer and a match winner for sure.
Works that towards mid-wicket, only a single. The singles have kept coming, but in terms of the boundaries, 7 fours, 4 sixes, still a healthy run rate of 9.41, but may not be good enough.
No, I go with that. I mean, the pitches have been fabulous, yes, and all 200 pitches. But at the end of 10, they'll be about 92, 5, maybe 95. But I think that's par for the course. That run rate's not bad at all. I think what is a problem now, come on, take the 2. Not interested at all, Ambrish, just ambling across. In the second set of 10 overs, it's easily possible to score 100 runs. But again, and I sound like a stuck record, don't lose any more wickets till you get to about at least 16 overs. So that should be their goal.
Just trying to swing his arms a little bit. Once again, only a single. The Trichy Grand Cholas have been very good on the field. Halfway through VIDA Kovai Kings innings, 93 for 4. 93 for 4, and as always, the ground here in Natham has lived up to its potential in terms of the numbers that come and watch the matches. Right since 2016, the crowd here has shown us a lot of love, a lot of support, and it continues for the Shriram Capital TNPL. Rajkumar comes on to bowl, and talking about Rajkumar, and if we are talking about the word prince, then Suhas Vedam is here as well. Just a bit of crowning glory for you.
Thank you so much, Nishant.
Was wondering if you're a little speechless.
Not a great attribute for a commentator for sure. Having said that, yes, for a moment I was taken aback. You and your segues. Rajkumar.
Meanwhile, let's watch the Boost Milkshake high energy moments. Boost Milkshake, the secret of my new energy. It is built for everyday stamina and energy, so do go and try it now. As you can see on field, the Shriram Capital TNPL has been very energetic, so have the crowds.
It's always true. No matter which level of cricket you play, you always feed off the crowd's energy. Even more so if they're so passionate, like the ones that have turned up time and again in Shriram Capital TNPL. Sachin's innings is vital at this stage for VIDA Kovai Kings, also because he was involved in a run out of the skipper.
Absolutely, but he's got to compose himself, because the batter who has survived a run out, maybe say that they've got that survivor's guilt sometimes. And they really need to put that behind them and focus on the next. And that reminds me of a Ranji Trophy final where Sachin Tendulkar was run out due to a mix-up with Wasim Jafar. We'll come back to that in a bit, just after this ball. Ambrish, wow, cuts that down the ground for a 6. This is what this young man is capable of doing.
What a hit! 4 deliveries. He was having a good look. 5th one. He's had enough. Ambrish unleashed.
The 100 is up with that one. 86 meters long. Rajkumar, just some food for thought as he moves ahead. Now coming back to that previous story during the Ranji Trophy final. Tendulkar gets run out. Wasim Jafar is just standing at one end. Look at the power. Will it beat the fielder? Yes. It's only due to that power, and that's a 4. Trust him to smack a 4 like that, just like Shriram Chits.
This is a shot and a half. Right from where he wanted. And Anthony Das diving in vain. Yeah, not for the lack of effort there, but the ball had so much power behind it. Through the offside, the result doesn't change, only the region. And Ambrish is in some touch.
This young man has quite made an impression at the under-19 level. And now that he's transitioning to the senior level, he just needs a few performances to feel at home. A good innings today will certainly help him settle mentally in this unit. And of course, then push for a spot in the Tamil Nadu team. And the sky is the limit. Remember, India is watching. These are youngsters who can not only perform for Tamil Nadu, but India. Last ball of the over. Oh no, did we just speak too soon? Tries to pull, hurries on to that one. An edge, flies 2 point. And that's the end of Ambrish's promising innings.
Just when he was getting started, it was so exciting to watch. An innings that was coming just at the right time as well for the VIDA Kovai Kings. This is a great comeback by Rajkumar. The surprise shot delivery, not for the best part of the bat, and Ambrish walks for a well-made 18, but he had to continue. VKK 109 for 5. 109 for 5 in 11 overs. A worried face is there. Madhav Prasad, the new batter in. 113, that's strike rate, best of 22. Surely he's much better than that. It's just a matter of time that he starts scoring those runs, and this is a great opportunity for sure. It's a very small sample size, perhaps. We've churned out such statistic. Now this is the reason Prasad's out there.
Yeah, surprised him with the short one, and he was hurried onto it, which is why he couldn't quite get it, and that edge flying to point. But he was just beginning to start, and he was beginning to strike the ball very well. So it's a little disappointing because a lot of us have got hopes on the talent that our Ambrish possesses. As we say, India is watching.
Very well said, Nishad. Can't get that single. Now I've dog-eared the conversation actually. Ranji Trophy final. Sachin Tendulkar, Wasim Jaffer, and the Survivors Guild. What's the story about?
Meanwhile, Sai Shriram gets, in fact, concedes a single through the offside. There won't be a second. Yes, so Sachin Tendulkar got run out because of a miscommunication with Wasim Jaffer when Wasim Jaffer just stood at one end. While he was going back to the dressing room, Tendulkar stopped, spoke to Jaffer, and he said, "Don't worry, forget about it, focus on the job at hand." And Jaffer went on to get a big 100. And Mumbai won the Ranji Trophy that year. That's a beautiful drive past cover. Will be a couple of runs. Once again, running across the turf. The umpire would have certainly had a look at that.
Good running between the wickets. And Sachin's got to do a Jaffer here. That was a bit of a stutter. It's not like he started to run immediately, Nishad.
Yes, but I don't know why he changed path. Because as we have learnt in maths, that the shortest distance between any 2 points is a straight line. Not that it was our favorite subject.
Run as the crow flies. Having said that, he stopped a little bit because he wanted to check if it's gone past the fielder inside the circle.
Cuts it through the offside for a single. Meanwhile, the bowler, Sai, has done quite well. The off-spinner, very experienced. In fact, he's someone who changed his name a couple of years ago. His name was Godson, G. Godson, and now he is G. Sai. And must say that his love for cricket and the commitment has remained the same. And finally, great to see an off-spinner coming to the fore.
Yeah, the land which has produced such good off-spinners. 114 for 5.
Look, when we look at the current run rate, 9.5, 190, seems good. But do they have the wickets in hand? Look at the firepower that's remaining. Sachin still out there. He's got to do the heavy lifting. He's got to do the bulk of the scoring. Madhav Prasad playing his first Shriram Capital TNPL. He's got to contribute and stay right there. But then rest of the batting, well, it's just the bowlers really. Unless they do something and they get one of the impact subs as a batter. But then what will that do? It will reduce their bowling options because Man Bafna is in the impact subs. They could get him as a hitter, but then you can't get someone like you can't get someone else as a bowler.
On a very good batting surface, you want more strengthening of the bowling unit. For that to happen as well, they need to reach a respectable total. Only then will they take that risk, the VIDA Kovai Kings. Otherwise, I see a batter coming in.
But ultimately, you do want to get those runs on the board, right? So that's obviously the first priority at the moment for the VIDA Kovai Kings. flicks that. It was on the pads. Will it finally go for 4? Not quite. It's been fielded in the deep. Sachin B, one of the impressive youngsters of the Shriram Capital TNPL. An impressive 84-43 against the Madurai Panthers. A match where the VIDA Kovai Kings got 239, couldn't defend it. But this youngster certainly showed what he's capable of.
Didn't let any bowler get settled, and a half century that was for him to save. Was ever so close to lifting his bat for a century as well. I thought he started off well against the Nellore Royal Kings as well, like we were mentioning in the first in. 42 or 29, that's the innings we're talking about. And ever so fluent in his 77 versus Salem. That sort of kicked things off for Sachin in Shriram Capital TNPL.
And in every match he scored over 30. And that's the impressive part. And to watch players like Sachin B, Andre Siddharth, all these youngsters that we've put up for you here at the Shriram Capital TNPL. Do log into YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Tamil Nadu Premier League. You've got commentary in 3 languages, English, Hindi and Tamil. Meanwhile, you can comment as well. Send us your comments. Let us know where you're joining from. Who are your favorite players? We'll keep the discussion going because we all are united by our love for cricket.
It's a great point that you make. Staying united. And on that note, a very happy Independence Day for every Indian watching from any part of the world, not just our beautiful country. Remarkable this from Rajkumar. It's all about closing it out well now for him. Just 3 of it thus far.
Bringing in all his experience. We all love to watch Rajkumar the batter because he's got a lot of power. But then he can also do the job with the ball. Got that wicket as well. An important wicket of Ambrish. That too at the end of an over where the youngster had taken on his bowling. The VIDA Kovai Kings, so much potential, but it just hasn't fallen in place for them this year so far. Onto the pads, straight to short fine, a single to finish. The 13th, 118 for 5.
$118 for 5 in 13 overs. Now this partnership, it's a humble 9 at this stage, but I still get a feeling the time is right to create a launch pad. And that's what he's decided to do. Madhav Prasad, 1 in the slot, and it disappears. Stays very balanced, completes it smoothly. That's the best a man can get. Gillette.
It's great to see Madhav Prasad getting that boundary. It's his first match of the Shriram Capital TNPL this year. Played a few matches last year, but today he's got the opportunity to make a mark. Look, when your team is in trouble, you put in a good performance. Just like Hari Raghavendra did yesterday, it truly changes everyone's perceptions about you. So Madhav Prasad has got that opportunity. We all know what Sachin B can do. In fact, if you're going to talk about Sachin B as well, 33 of 27, interesting that he said the other day in one of the press interactions that he wants to focus on becoming a 3-format player for Tamil Nadu. And I guess that is just the starting point. For him, we wish him a long and big career.
Well played. Work to do for the fielder. Wants only a single. Hang on, I thought there was another run on offer.
Yes, there have been a few occasions where the VIDA Kovai Kings batters have been a little circumspect about their running. Could have pushed for another, but then once again, survivor's guilt perhaps. Because that run out has just taken place, it's maybe playing at the back of your mind. You don't want to sell another partner down the river. This could have been trouble. He was lucky that there was a misfield in the covers.
got to improve the communication. Sachin B and Madhav Prasad overrunning. That's the story. It's not point or it's not square leg where the ball comes to you with a bit of torque. There's only overrunning. Good cricket all around. Because of the 6 first ball. Now, because of the 6 first ball, it sort of relieved the pressure off VIDA Kovai Kings batters. And if it's going to be in the slot, he's going to go again, Madhav Prasad. Even though they've resorted to single every time after the first ball.
It's short. He did try to put that away, but will only be a single. A reasonably good over for the VIDA Kovai Kings. 11 of it, 129 for 5. So as a few tall buildings, then a few short ones. Maybe they didn't get permission to build more stories.
The problems arose for VIDA Kovai Kings when they got a permission to have a green dot on their terrace.
They did have a green dot on some of the taller buildings as well. It's a good start to the over by Rajkumar. He's bowled with a lot of energy today. Now that Sachin has been under a bit of the pressure really, because of the run out, there have been wickets falling at the other end, so his strike rate also has come down to 120, but we know that he's the type who can really pick up, and you can just witness a Mexican wave around this beautiful ground in Natham, the crowd getting into the act. Sachin has swung it across the line. Has he got the distance? Evades the fielder. A much needed 6 for the young man.
What a shot! Expected the slower delivery and picked the bones out of it. Massive hit on the leg side. You got to hit shots like these to keep the 200 dream alive. 13 and over will get them past that figure. 71 meters, and may I add, a lot of authority.
So as if you ever get the opportunity, then just go and watch him outside. Not in the commentary box. As he tucks that away towards mid-wicket, will push for the second, but it isn't available. So whenever he connects, it makes such a sweet sound of the bat. It's a very distinct sound. So you can't listen to it when we are inside the confines of our commentary box. Meanwhile, it's time to thank our medical partners, Kaveri Hospital. They've been around, always supported us. If you ever need them, call them on 4000, 6000. It's a legacy, a 25-year-long legacy of trust, quality and care. The medical team is always around in case of any emergency here in Natham. Strays onto the pads, tries to put that past fine leg. The batters will get across for a couple of runs.
Good comeback this by Rajkumar. Yes, a big thank you to the staff from Kaveri Hospital. Thank you, Mugil. That's Mugil, and in purple you see Ash. Madhav Prasad now. He's hit that big 6. The crowd's absolutely enjoying it. Sachin was the one who smashed it in this over. This partnership is looking good, 30 of 22. Still get a feeling, lots of work yet to be done. VKK not in the vicinity of a respectable total. On this track, you need at least 180. At least.
Yes, we've seen big scores being put up here. Natham has been a special venue for the Shriram Capital TNPL right since inception. The 100th match at this venue. We had a lovely ceremony before the match. It's been very well decorated, the parts of the venue, to mark this historic occasion. It's really been one of the whole and soul for this tournament.
Makes room and makes merry. One bounce over the rope. What a shot. And what a way to end the over. 15 of this one. 1, 4, 4 for 5.
Maximum number of fours in the TNPL 2026. Sachin Balasubramaniam from VIDA Kovai Kings putting on another exhibition of exceptional batting. Jagadisan, Chaturved, Tushar Raheja, Amit Satvik, all superb strikers of the ball. Divine Sen now in the English commentary box, and alongside me, a man who's seen a few Sachin specials in his time, Charu Sharma.
It's a special name, so is Debayan. Oh, and him, her, I don't know. Little one, great to see you here. It's a lovely Saturday evening. We're having a great time. Just a bat down for a single. But yeah, this is an important phase for Kovai. The VIDA Kovai Kings are in trouble as we go last ball, last over though. Edged clearly, although he did turn his bat and quite deliberately playing it behind square on the offside, deserved the boundary.
In each and every innings, he's shown a wide range of strokes all around the ground. Ah, she loves it. And why wouldn't she?
You might want to do it the other way around with the thumbs up. But she'll learn.
This was probably the Australian style.
So Sachin, a 32 ball, 46 strike rate, about 145. And he may, of course, he's just a blow away. But Anthony Das has picked up a wicket. Take it easy.
Oh, well bowled. Suresh goes up in appeal but doesn't get any support from the bowler as such. IOB analysis of exactly how the VIDA Kovai Kings batters have fared against the short ball. That's been the problem, Charu.
Yeah, well, it's obviously coming on to them a little too soon when it's pace on. And when it's pace off, they've got tricked. You know, the back-of-the-hand deliveries by Ishwaran were fabulous. 2 for 19 for Ishwaran. Very special bowling performance today on a pitch that's actually supporting a lot of stroke play.
Yeah, barring Sachin, it's been a bit of a stop-start innings from everybody else. Getting a start, getting dismissed. Radhakrishnan looked so lovely during that 24 from just 12 balls.
Yeah, that's the nature of T20. I think, you know, only very infrequently does a batter go on to 100 or a big 80. But they come in with their valuable contributions of 30, 35, 40. And usually that's enough to take you to 200 or a bit. So it's not all bad. Although, come back to that. Although, of course, the conventional thought is once you're in, get the big score. But there are times when you get stuck a bit as well. There's no point getting a 90 in 78. So strike rate is king in T20 cricket. As Shah Rukh Khan really lamenting the fact that he got run out today. Just took off, and there was no way with a dodgy knee that he could have stopped and turned. What that has done is maybe put a little bit of pressure on Sachin for the first few deliveries after that run out anyway. And then, of course, he's now come back into his stride.
What a superb over this is from the experienced Anthony Das, coming back for the 16th. Just 3 singles of it, 1 ball to go. Even if he concedes a boundary, it will be an exceptional effort.
Yeah, bowling very full and a very good line as well to Sachin particularly, who was trying to thrash him in the cover area and just kept going to the cover inside the 30-yard circle. One good over, I suppose, you give the bowlers, but now 16 onwards, they have to go big. They have 5 wickets in the bag. Maybe they leave it to the 17th.
You would think Atisai Raj and Ishwaran won't be far off. Very well led by Suresh. This is beautifully struck all the way for 4. Eventually 7 of the over. Brings up the 150 as well. Kovai a 151 for 5. Model of consistency now joins the Chepauk Super Gillies captain Narayan Jagadisan with the 350s. But Charu, that's been the problem. He has been the foundation of this batting lineup, but little support besides.
Unfortunately, yeah, doesn't get too much support. However, they started well on occasion.
Atisaraj starts with a slower one. How exceptional have the seamers been in the previous match as well, and even today pulled back excellently. The first over was a touch expensive, but Sachin has been quite superb.
This is what he was looking for. At least 2 deliveries earlier in the over, which he patted back only to the cover inside the circle. But that was top quality. It did turn out to be a slot delivery. Again, trying to be very full and outside off. And he unleashed a really pleasing cover drive. They always look so great. And by the way, that figure where he's, I think, second, the highest in terms of 4s, Sachin, is also a special one. Because T20 seems to be all big hits, and sure, the crowd loves it, and we all love it. With, oh, that's going for a 6. But I think 4s have tremendous value because, generally speaking, they are less dangerous. Every once in a while, of course, you just clear the infield. That could be dangerous. But 4s can take you a really long way, and he's shown the way, Sachin.
Outstanding the way that he's been compiling those scores. A little unlucky on a couple of occasions, got run out in one of those matches. It's probably one aspect of his batting which needs improvement, but not something like this. Just backs away, waits for the ball, and then slices it over short third. Beautifully struck for yet another 4.
Some time back, Nishad and I were talking about movement in the crease. He does quite a bit of that, Sachin. And I did say it's a very 50-50 ploy. Sometimes it works for you, but equally it can work against you because you lose your bearing. But he didn't on that occasion, and created just enough room by moving away to the onside to play it in the gap. But that shot is a touch dangerous. If it flies away on a pace-on delivery, you're okay.
Struck again in the same region, same result. Just a little squarer, and that was because looking at that movement, Atisaraj had actually fired it wider, but he still had a response.
A little concern on the face of the skipper, and he had to reach for that one. Nothing wrong with the last 2 deliveries. They were top quality deliveries, and yet somehow he found the way to find boundaries. Once again, 4s, not 6s, outside, behind square on the off. That takes a lot of skill in the partnership also, 51 not out, but most of it thanks to Sachin. I think Madhav's gotten a bit of hold right now.
It was a bit like a backhand smash. We've seen a few of those lately.
Have we enjoyed ourselves on that pickleball court? We had a wonderful time, everybody. Thank you.
Gone big, but not gone long enough. Fielder underneath it. Oh, he spilled it though. It was a difficult one, and he just couldn't complete that action even though he got underneath it.
Once having gotten to the ball, he really should have pouched it. I'm not trying to be excessively critical. Sachin almost throwing it away there. Now the boundary riders were unable to get to the ball, and the infielder did, but he was running the wrong way, and which is why it's not easy to sight the ball too well. But that was certainly a very, very good opportunity, and a bad miss for the Grand Cholas.
K. Rajkumar, who's normally been a pretty safe fielder for them. Single to finish, 162 for 5, 3 overs to go. few starts all the way along, but now this partnership promising bigger things. Madhav Prasad, the lesser of the two contributors, just 19 in that partnership of 53, but Sachin has been quite exceptional all the way through.
Yeah, 1-6 for Madhav, and we know that he can hit the ball big. Now, watch out for that back of the hand slower one. One of the finest exponents I've seen in recent times, K. Ishwaran.
Starts round the wicket to the right-hander. Interesting as well. Oh, a little bit of confusion. Thankfully, putting the brakes on and getting back. Sachin, you better watch out for your running between the wickets, because otherwise you're a gorgeous batter.
Another 50 for the extremely talented young man. 80, 70, and another 2 starts. He's been among the runs. I think he should certainly be a candidate for the highest number of runs. He can hit the ball a long way, either side. Very well balanced. And of course, he trusts himself. I think the key is just the confidence that he bats with right now. He has given a couple of opportunities, mind you, in that 60 in 40. But he's still there and continues to look good.
Straight down the ground. Plenty of power and more. All the way for 6. Sachin at his best. He is especially strong straight down the ground.
Also, the special part is seeing that pace of delivery. I said, watch it for the back of the hand, and he did. And he read it fabulously. Of course, it turned out to be a bit slotty right there. It was a half volley. Sachin was waiting for it and went for a sweet maximum left of long off. That's the best place to go on a delivery like that. Of course, no sideways movement. So once you've seen the line, you can go big.
Goes big again, all the way for another 6. There is a long on, but he's a mere spectator as it clears him with ease. Successive 6s to kick-start midway through this 18th over.
Oh, he's a special cricketer, that's for sure. Ishwaran, a back of the hand slower 1-6. Now he bowls pace on, just short of 130. And he's bowled it pretty well, but turned out to be a slot delivery again. Moved his right foot away and went big again. Full of confidence, that shot. Just about clearing the boundary line. But consecutive 6s takes a bit of doing.
Slices this one away into the gap. 4 more. Expensive over already. 17 of the first 4 balls. Sachin motoring along beautifully now.
Well, he picked up 2 with some clever deliveries to begin with, but Ishwaran being taken apart. And there was a bit of a turn of that wrist, deliberately trying to play it on the offside. I don't think he was planning to go that square, but gave the cover sweeper no chance at all. Sweet square drive, 6-6-4. How special is this young cricketer?
He comes in with a fairly good flourish of the bat, plays it late, which allows him to place it at will as well. And that's what enabled him to just open up the face of that blade. The last 12 balls producing some healthy run scoring, and this is the kind of momentum shifts which can be quite decisive in a game of T20 cricket. Just looking to hack that across, a bit too much power perhaps.
Yeah, lost his timing because there was a subtle variation of pace there, about 123 rather than the 130 that he bowls. Of course, the slow ones go down to 100, and therefore he lost the timing. He probably wanted to play it on the offside, but he dragged it to leg. No matter, gets a single. I mean, these are the death overs, and you'll take runs anywhere. It doesn't matter. Elegance doesn't quite matter.
Strike rate of 175, that's sizably increased in the last couple of overs. And a quick chat between the two batters as well. Probably just telling Madhav Prasad that you go for it. I want to keep the strike for the 19th over. Treat this as a free hit. Go for it. Even if you get dismissed, that's fine. Pressure on Ishwaran. Oh, slips through and goes through for 4. Makes it an even better over. 22 of it. Kovai Kings at 184 for 5. The most expensive over comes at just the right time. VIDA Kovai Kings wins behind the sails now.
off broadcast. The skipper, Suresh Kumar, gave him a little talking to. And that, of course, was Sai Shriram, who missed that little bit of fielding there. Just fell over the ball rather than diving at the right time. Mistimed it, but that was an expensive miss. And of course, Madhav Prasad feasted on that, but more importantly, Sachin is on strike.
77 of 44, Atisaraj. Nails the Yorker, gets the outside edge. But he might think that it's a bump ball. He's gone in for the IOB DRS.
And very quickly. So there's no doubt that Sachin certainly believes that he didn't nick it. We'll find out.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for caught behind. Given out on field. Check the feet. It's a fair delivery. Front on, please. Take it one more frame in front of the bat. A ball is passing very close to the bat, and can I have Ultra to confirm it, please? Copy it, Ultra Edge building. Can I roll it from in front of the bat, please? Well in front of the bat. The bat is touching the turf. Roll it on, roll it on, roll it forward. Yeah, now the bat is touching the turf. Freeze it there. Take it forward, take it forward. I can see a spike when the ball is next to the bat. Satisfied bat involved. Take it till the catch. I want to see the completion of the catch. Yeah, satisfied. Okay. Rafi, you can say with the addition of out. Signal out, you're on screen now.
Adrenaline there surely for Sachin, going for that DRS, and maybe a few seconds later when he calmed down he realized, oh, I think I did edge it, and walks back quite disconsolate. Another sweet knock by Sachin, but declared out thanks to technology, and he'll be a little upset that he wasted that review. Gone for 77 from 45, it's 184 for 6.
Attractive strike rate for Devan Lingesh. But you get the impression Trichy Grand Cholas might well have shaved about 10-15 off their final target with that big wicket of Sachin.
For sure, but this is a very good time for tall fast bowlers to come in. 11 deliveries left.
Ah, there's a tall fast bowler at the other end as well. Experienced man.
Oh, another terrific delivery, and of course, just going back to that Sachin dismissal, the ball did hit the ground very hard, and that can sometimes confuse everybody. But I think Suresh Kumar was very, very keen, saying that I did think that caught a bit of bat. And why did he take the review? Because the bat did hit the ground at virtually the same time. So there's a little bit of understanding there.
Oh, another Yorker. He's nailing them perfectly. Certainly looked like it was pitching down leg, but he's gone in for the IOB DRS.
Well, from his look, his demeanor, you can make out that's just a punt. Not going to work out for you, we think, Suresh Kumar, but we'll find out through an IOB DRS again.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for LPW. The original decision is not out. I check the feet, it's a fair delivery. And you start with front on, please. Seems that ball is missing the bat. Can I have Ultra to check it, please? Yeah, gap on the right hand side. Satisfied, no bat involved. Ball tracking when ready, please. Impact outside. Original decision is not out. Rafi, can say with the original decision of not out. You are on screen now.
And no bat involved, but there was a lot of toe involved, and that's hurting Deepan. And it's not just now for the batting, because there's still 9 deliveries left. But if he's not able to bowl with any real venom, then I'm afraid that's going to be bigger bad news or more bad news for the VIDA Kovai Kings, because he's obviously far more useful as a bowler.
Yeah, right from the start, the seamers have done a good job. Of course, Ishwaran with those slower balls might be classified as a slightly fast spinner, but great start, dismissing both openers after a flying start, Charu.
They did very well, and I'm particularly disappointed that we couldn't see another big one from Loki, who's so talented. And here, Andre too, a couple of fours, and then look at this run out. That's just compounding all the errors that they made earlier on. And that's your skipper, Shahrukh. You don't do that. Such a lot of pressure thereafter, but he did get to a 77. And even here, Amrish, that's not good enough. That's the final Sachin wicket. And you're so right. I think that's put them back by maybe even 15-20 runs.
VIDA Kovai Kings just lost wickets at regular intervals. Nothing beyond that initial partnership. Of course, 75 runs for the 6th. But since then, yet again, this has been a superb fight back. Atisai Raj sticking to the old basics of white ball cricket. Nail those Yorkers. Get those in. Quite literally bowling a toe crusher in the previous ball. But the lengths have been impeccable. Perhaps not the quickest, but very difficult to get under.
I think Atisai Raj is the one who's very close to, I think he's with that wicket matched Abhishek Tanwar at 92, and only Sai Kishore remains above them. Whacked behind the bowler, but only for a single. All his deliveries have been right on the mark, and that round arm action, that slinging action just makes it so much more difficult to pick.
Yeah, you're seeing the reasonably rapid medium pace of Atisai Raj, and you've got to get prepared for those back of the hand slower balls from Ishwaran potentially in the last over.
Ati has of course been there for a very long time. Can you imagine if he was bowling those at 140? Only 120, 124, but they're so accurate. Well done.
Fabulous, fabulous 19th over. That single will mean overall just 4 runs of it, including a leg by. 188 for 6. Six bowlers used, a touch expensive from Ishwaran and Rajkumar, but pretty much all of the seamers among the wickets, which is great news.
Yeah, and G. Sai, Shriram, the best figures of all. But I think the skipper's not too fond of him because he let that boundary go by. And of course, spinners don't tend to bowl the final over. So Anthony Das has that responsibility.
Yeah, caught a couple of mangoes in the crowd, made me a little hungry. Looking forward to that lunch break. Supper break.
Dinner. Yeah. So am I getting the time wrong or what? Am I going blind? It's kind of pretty dark in here. But I love mangoes. I'm an out and out mango man, and the season's about to end, unfortunately. Now, Deepan's at the crease, and his only role should be to make sure that there are no more dot balls. I wonder if they're talking, because if he misses that big swing, he's likely to make a big swing, then Madhav Prasad must take off for that single. He's got to strike.
And Anthony also employed because he gets those Yorkers in, but Deepan does well to get off strike. And Madhav will be now entrusted with the responsibility of facing the majority of these 4 balls, ideally getting boundaries of them.
Well, yeah, being very aggressive anyway. And here's now the fine delivery, which he manages to squeeze away. And that diving effort was so important. Had he kept Deepan on strike, you never know, it could be another very, very good over. Now there's a possibility it may be spoilt. Lots of pressure on Madhav Prasad. Hit a big 6 earlier on, but not much thereafter.
Anthony, though, has been the pick of the bowlers. This is an interesting shot and a good one as well by Madhav Prasad. Beautiful innovation.
Well, that's one crazy no-look flick. I think he was in mortal danger at that point in time, but luckily his bat met the ball, and it was a wonderfully directed delivery, and he was basically ducking underneath. But luckily the bat was in the right spot for him to give it a little flick. And that's such a valuable boundary and looks like a spectacular shot, doesn't it?
One of the more authoritative shots in the reverse V that one would have witnessed in cricket history. Well played, Madhav. Useful cameo this.
But he's still shaking his head. I think, God, boy, did I get lucky. That could have hit my helmet.
Yeah, his life, his career might have just flashed before his eyes, but well done. 6 already from 3 balls. Backs away, tries something different, but Anthony sticks to the script.
Whatever little cat and mouse games that are played at the death, you've got to anticipate that the bowler is most likely to be bowling full and wide. That's exactly what that delivery was, but he moved so far away to the onside that it looked a little silly in the end. But best, and a lot of batsmen do that, best to move across to the offside and then try and thrash it on the offside rather than the slog to leg.
On pace in these last 2 overs, but always on target. Yet again, inside out, well played. All the way for 6. Madhav Prasad picks up the boundary, which brings up the 200 for the Kovai Kings. They looked a little far away from it, but now they've gotten there.
Was he listening? Because he did exactly that. Moved a little less away from the leg. It was a full delivery outside off, and that's the line you need to go for. Brilliant. That's what they need. The sweetly struck 6. Just the area that the big boundary needed to come. Now what does Das do? 200's up. It's just psychological, but even the last ball is important.
Spectacular dropped catch by a member of the support staff, or the ground staff rather here. Yorker should push for the second. Somehow runs out of gas. There is a fielder at square leg in any case, but 201, Charu, is a good finish considering where they were. The last few overs have produced some runs in spite of some exceptional death bowling from the opposition team.
Very consistent effort, if I can say so. The first 10 overs, you'll remember, were about 9.5 run rate, and the next were just above 10. A couple of big overs, a couple of not so good overs as well for the batting side. So overall, I do think this is exactly where they could have landed up, the 200 mark, and on a really good pitch. I'm sure Suresh Kumar will think that he can best that. Remember, they scored 239, didn't they, in the past, got bettered, but it's a decent batting effort without doubt. Shahrukh will be upset personally at getting run out in a rather forgettable fashion, but he should really be trusting his bowlers to defend the 202.
It's a sight we are getting used to. Sachin B, the outstanding batter in this team, top scorer once again for VIDA Kovai Kings, 77 from 47. A useful hand right at the end from Madhav Prasad, 38 unbeaten from 24 balls. And Radha Krishnan and a couple of cameos from Shahrukh, Ambrish as well as Lokesh were contributing to a 200+ score yet again for the VIDA Kovai Kings this season.
Ati Sairaj with that 1 wicket becomes the joint second highest ever in the Shriram capital Tamil Nadu Premier League at 92. Just a shade away from Sai Kishore, but Ishwaran picked up 2 early ones, and they came back pretty well in the end.
Let's head down to Sastika.
VIDA Kovai Kings in Madhav Prasad இப்ப நம்ம கூட இருக்காரு. Madhav Prasad, இன்னைக்கு உங்களுக்கு இந்த சீசன்ல முதல் கேமா இது அமைஞ்சிருக்கு. முதல் கேம்லயே நீங்க வந்து ரொம்ப இம்ப்ரெசிவான பேட்டிங்கை காமிச்சிருக்கீங்க. சொல்லுங்க, விக்கெட் எப்படி பிஹேவ் பண்ணுது?
ஆக்சுவலாக விக்கெட் நல்லா இருக்குது. நாங்கள் நல்ல ஸ்கோர் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். நாங்கள் இனிஷியலாக நிறையா விக்கெட்ஸ் விட்டோம், பட் நல்லா ரெக்கவர் பண்ணோம். நானும் சச்சினும் கடைசி வரைக்கும் இருந்து அதுதான் எங்கள் பிளானாக இருந்தது. ஸோ அதை நாங்கள் அச்சீவ் பண்ணியிருக்கோம்.
உங்கள் வாய்ப்புக்காக கண்டிப்பாக நீங்கள் வந்து எதிர்பார்த்துட்டு இருந்திருப்பீங்க.
கண்டிப்பாக அது இருந்தது, பட் என்னோடய ப்ராசஸில் இருந்தேன். எப்போவுமே என்னோடய ரொட்டீன்ஸ் கரெக்டாக என் கையில் கண்ட்ரோலபிள்ஸை பண்ண பார்த்தேன். ஸோ அதுக்கான ரிசல்ட் தான் இன்றைக்கி வந்திருக்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
அண்ட் திண்டுக்கல்ல இன்னைக்கு உங்களுக்கு இது கடைசி போட்டி. இந்த போட்டியில் வெற்றி அப்படிங்கிறது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம் விடா கோவை கிங்ஸுக்கு அப்படிங்கிறதுனால. இப்போ நீங்கள் விக்கெட்டையும் பார்த்துட்டீங்க அப்படிங்கிறதுனால போலர்ஸ்க்கு என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க?
ஆக்சுவலாக பவுலர்ஸ் வந்து நல்ல லென்ஸ் வந்து கன்சிஸ்டண்ட்டாக போட்டாலே நாங்கள் கண்டிப்பாக வின் பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ கன்சிஸ்டண்ட்டாக லென்த் போட பார்ப்போம் as a டீமாக.
குட் லக். தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.
தேங்க்யூ.
Trichy Grand Cholas need this target to register another win in this season of TNPL 2026. 202 from 20 overs, required run rate 10.10. We'll be back with that chase soon.
Thanks to a wonderful innings by Sachin, 77 of 45 balls, The VIDA Kovai Kings have gone past the 200 run mark. Madhav Prasad also did his job with a cameo, 38 not out of 24, and those were crucial runs for the VIDA Kovai Kings, who for a major part of the innings looked to be struggling to get to that mark. As we look back at the innings, time to welcome Ajay Mehra into the commentary box. Radhakrishnan actually looked good to start with.
Yeah, Kovai losing toss and batting first. Of course, they lost that early wicket, a few drop catches as well. They were looking good, Lokeshwar as well. He was timing the ball well. And of course, they were trying to up the ante. And then, of course, this happened. Get hold of that one. That was the first wicket to fall as he taken a bit off as well. And then the soft dismissal, just changing the pace. Very nicely bowled there by Shriram. And then, of course, we saw that big hitting from Sachin B. He was looking good. And Andre as well, he was shaping up well, getting the start. And then this happened. Trying to pull that one, didn't get hold of that. Nicely taken easy catch there by Ishwaran once again at mid-wicket. And then, of course, Shah Rukh Khan, the skipper, he came in. He was looking good. He was really giving a punch, batting really well. And then this happened, that run out. Yeah, just took a few steps forward, Sachin B. And Shah Rukh was in trouble there. Then Sachin B just opened up, batted with a lot of flourish, a lot of flair. It was looking good. And of course, then Amrish, is the way he fell, losing wickets at that stage, getting those runs as well. So this man, a lot dependent on him, Sachin B, the way he was shaping up Nishad at that stage. Came to his 50 as well in style.
He composed himself well after the captain was run out, obviously helped by a little bit of dropped catches, one would say. But particularly strong square on the offside, and eventually just guiding that into the wicket-keeper's gloves. But good work by Madhav in the end, getting that 4 and 6 in that last over and taking the team past 200. But the Trichy Grand Cholas got to believe that they can actually chase this down. Looking at the bowling figures, the most economical was Sai. He didn't take a wicket, but only 22 off his 3. 2 wickets for Ishwaran, and Atish Ziaraj also did his job. 8.3 an economy with 1 wicket and only 33 off his 4.
Yes, the target here, as far as Trichy are concerned, it's going to be 2 and 2 for them. They have a very formidable batting lineup. They bat deep. And of course, the required run rate to begin with is going to be 10.10. They have won 3 matches in a row, hat-trick of wins for them. So they'll be going to this game with a lot of confidence. Excellent conditions to bat on. In the pitch report, Nishad, I did mention 200. Exactly what they have got there. It's a very hard wicket. A lot of bounce as well on this surface. Full of runs. Just that you have to stay there. We haven't seen dew at all at this venue at Dindigul. Because the last game out here this season, the 10th season of TNPL. Then, of course, the caravan now moves on to Chennai. Second leg will be held there. Yes, all to play for, as far as Shah Rukh Khan and his men are concerned. They need this win. It's a must-win game for them. They just won 1 game so far. And both the openers out there, they have a job in hand. Yes, Suresh Kumar, 125 runs. Hasn't done much so far, but he's got a very good strike rate, 198. There's 150 for him.
Yes, the captain got a good ball of Natarajan in the last match, and at the other end, Rajkumar, he got a half century earlier in the competition, 67 not out. So these two really have to set the tone. It's a 200 plus run chase. The other day, we saw how the I-Team Tirupur Tamilans, despite the fact that they've got such a power pack batting lineup, stumbled in the run chase. So it is possible to defend here, and which is why the VIDA Kovai Kings have got to believe that they can defend this total.
Yeah, absolutely. I think all will depend on how they start inside the power play, Nishad. That's going to be really imperative for them. They have to pick up a few wickets, put that pressure. Suresh Kumar, of course, he's pretty experienced. He knows how to go about. All in readiness, and this is the signal for the impact sub. Sachin B, he's substituted, played really well. Rashid Akash, he comes in, the impact sub, strengthening the bowling as well. Sachin B had a fantastic innings.
Deeban Lingay started this season brilliantly with 3 for 14 against the SKM Salem Spartans. Coming into the Shriram Capital TNPL after a while, made an impression. And yes, he doesn't have a lot of pace, which is why the wicketkeeper is standing up to the stumps. And look at the slip. They've got that slip a little bit back, of course.
Because it just comes down the track, K. Rajkumar. Probably that's the thinking here. Loki, the keeper, up to the stumps. First ball of this run chase.
stumbling around extra cover, which means that Trichy Grand Cholas will get off the mark first ball. Now Suresh, let's see how he gets going.
That was lucky for the bowler because just in the gap would have been a 4, back of lane. Yeah, just signaling a slight movement there for Deeban. The skipper, he's on strike now. K. Rajkumar, of course, a good striker. He's off the mark as well with that single. Conditions to bat. Sometimes can be tricky as well for the keeper just standing up to the stumps because anything down the leg, go for runs.
It was wide outside the off stump. He chased at it. Wonder what would have happened had he let that go through to the wicket keeper. Wicket keeper could have been a wide.
We saw in the earlier innings, Nishad, the bowlers, the seamers, when they were bowling back of lane, they were picking up wickets. So on this surface, probably that's the length, the odd delivery they have to bowl at to see people in.
Yes, we've got Mr. Satish, Secretary of the Shiva Gangai District Cricket Association. Mr. Gangaram as well. Former Secretary, Madurai District Cricket Association, there in attendance. Thank you for being there with us for this match. The final one of this edition of the Shriram Capital TNPL here at the beautiful ground of Natham.
TNCA officials have done a wonderful job, excellent conditions. We had really great games out here, fantastic atmosphere. People came in large numbers. As well, we're seeing a good turnaround and turnout, of course, people coming. So it's been absolutely a brilliant atmosphere. Support for all the teams. A slip slightly wide for J. Suresh. Goes for the big one. That should be taken. That's a false shot and it's taken easily. So the skipper has to go back. Deeban, well, he strikes early. That's the wicket they wanted. He's playing away from the body. Slight movement as well. And getting carried away, J. Suresh.
And this is a big wicket and a great start for the VIDA Kovai Kings because Suresh can inflict some damage. Beautiful shape of the delivery, Ajay. And I've got to say, did Suresh just take it a little easy because he's a little slow through the air?
I think the mistake playing away from the body there. Slight movement as well. J. Suresh out without scoring is 1 for 1.
Fresh of a fantastic 100. Sham Sundar walking in at number 3 as his captain is dismissed early, just like the last match. Although this time they are chasing a score. Let's have a look at what happened with Captain Suresh here.
Just a slight movement and playing away from the body. That was the big issue. Probably we mentioned he's not been in great form. Just trying to up the ante, just trying to get a few runs early on with a new ball. Didn't get hold of that one, didn't middle it. Easily taken by M. Siddharth. That's the wicket they wanted early. Even striking early. Been a good over so far.
Strays onto the pads. He's flicked that towards fine leg. Should be stopped on the boundary. Yes, it is. Jataved does well. A couple of runs to end the over. It's a good one for the VIDA Kovai Kings. 3 for 1 after the first. Siddharth has been brought into the bowling attack by Shah Rukh Khan, and Ajay, Siddharth is the left-arm spinner who keeps things very tight. With the new ball, never easy. What do you see? What works for him?
I think his release and the way he bowls with a high arm action as well. 4 wickets for him. He's done well so far, Siddharth, with a lot of guile, and he's got a good arm ball. That's the reason K. Rajkumar has to be very watchful about that. The first level getting a bit of revs as well. Slight turn there, surprise the batter.
Yes, and that economy rate of 5.9, massively impressive, especially when you're bowling so many overs in the power play. A little shorter and faster. And what about his variations? We will of course come back to that, but let us look back at that wicket.
Yeah, this was the setup. Just see the way he was bowling, and then this miscued shot there from J. Suresh. He was trying to bowl slightly further to him, not give him advantage to bowl him in the slot or inside the stump line. He was just getting a bit of shape there. Didn't get hold of that one. Will be very disappointed when he sees that replay. J. Suresh. A man at long on now. A deep mid wicket. Oh, nasty bowled. Very nasty bowled. Wicket delivery. Good line as well there from Siddharth. What a start for him.
Fantastic start, and as you said, it was quick, 101.8 kilometers per hour. A very, very smart bowler in T20 cricket. We've seen him do that in the IPL as well. Makes room, tries to play that down the ground, can't beat mid-on. Good fielding. The bowler has been backed up by the fielder here.
They're looking sharp. They're looking good on the field. They know this is a really important game for them as far as Kovai are concerned. In the tournament, just won one game so far. It's almost a must-win game. They have to stay in contention, giving their all. Really good to see, very agile, good commitment on the last occasion. Good to see the crowds in, smiling, having a good time here.
That's been defended, and just looking back at what Trichy Grand Cholas did earlier, where they were playing the iDream Tirupur Tamilans and they managed to defend 196. End of the over, 4 for 1. Kovai had gotten off to a rollicking start with 30 for 1, and Trichy Grand Cholas stumbling a bit, 4 for 1. They would do well to remember what they had done as a bowling unit in the previous match against the iDream Tirupur Tamilans. That's what we were talking about. Deeban Lingesh, he tries to loft him there, Rajkumar, but captain will go across and stop that one from mid-off. A couple of runs, so still in search of that first boundary, the Trichy Grand Cholas.
The bowling has been really disciplined. They're bowling those lines. The IOB buggy cam, the angles that it goes, and it's a lovely pictures coming to you from the IOB buggy cam. The moment almost at point at the moment, just the way it's moving around, buggy cam.
As you can see from outside a commentary box window, the umpire was just signaling to the ground staff about the landing area for the bowler. Just maybe getting it a bit of tap. We saw that happening in last night's match as well. He cracked that, absolutely crunched that, but straight to the fielder. Not able to pierce the gaps just as yet.
As a seam bowler, you need that firm landing. You know, because sometimes the surface is so hard and your spikes just skid through. So you need that firm landing as a seam bowler. All your weight goes into that, and that's the reason they're just coming in now. They were doing the repairing act. He will just come in. That's exactly what the bowler was telling the umpire, the on-field umpire, Deeban.
Yes, very important. In fact, remember one of the World Cup matches of 2019 when India were playing Pakistan, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar had actually gotten a hamstring injury because of the way he had landed. But let's reflect on Shyam Sundar's scintillating innings the other day. Left-hander's grace and elegance, that bat speed and the way he has that bat swing. Ajay, how impressed were you?
Yeah, very stable base, some really quality shots all around the park. Really good against the likes of Natarajan. Sai Kishore getting a brilliant 100. Innings he will remember, cherish for a long, long time. Batted so well. But more importantly, he's got to continue now. He's in good form, prime form. He's got a 100. The confidence will be there for him. Highest individual scores this season. Enes Chaturvedi getting 121. Because there. Oh, what a shot. That's a delight. Landing inside. Very nicely done there. What a force. So well planned like Shriram life insurance plans. Here Rajkumar getting the first boundary in this innings.
Well planned indeed and much needed. With the mid-off inside the circle, it was a safe shot. He really had to connect well, which he did, and eventually breaks the shackles for the Trichy Grand Cholas. Rajkumar is someone, once he gets into the swing of things, he can really be damaging. You can just see the field. They've got a long on the boundary right now. An adjustment in length. Now, for someone like a Deeban, Ajay, what can he do? Because we've seen him get a few wickets, but he doesn't go over 120.
Just move the ball around. You know, his release is pretty good. You see the wrist position on this occasion, slightly going wide of the crease, but just see the release there. Yeah, lovely wrist position. Just see the seam coming across. The length pretty good as well. The ball. That's the reason he can just jack the ball around. Saw with that wicket as well of Jay Suresh. The way he got the lateral movement.
Very clean and smooth action as well.
Every bowler, they know their strength. As you mentioned, he's not the paciest. But if he bowls in those areas, back of lane, can just jack the ball around. Because the surface hasn't got much for the seamers. Just see the way he bowls in. The head position is pretty good. Yeah, strong landing as well. He's a strong lad.
And often people talk about playing within your limitations or bowling within your limitations. Maybe just change the wording and say bowl according to your strengths. That has a more positive connotation.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, every bowler knows, you know, what their strength is, because you bowl day in, day out in the nets, in the matches as well.
Last ball of the over. And one can say that it's a good one. Only a boundary of that one. The pressure is still on the Trichy Grand Cholas. 11 for 1. Ajay, we really have to thank the crowd here in Natham who have always turned up in their numbers. Once again this year showing their support for the Shriram Capital TNPL.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a very good turnout. We've seen in all the days. We saw K. Rajkumar as well. He's a really good batter. Got very fine innings against Salem. Batted really well, getting 67 unbeaten of 43 deliveries. Match number 8. Batted really well. Just carving on the offside. Very strong in that area. Back to live action. Going for the big one this time. He's missing it. Wide the call from the umpire. Down the leg.
See, got that innings of 67 against SKM Salem Spartans. Yes, that team isn't in the best of forms this year in the Shriram Capital TNPL, but they still have a very good bowling attack. He took them on, Poya Mori being one of them, Karthik, a good leg spinner, and he was very positive against them.
I like the way M. Siddharth is wearing his pace here. Started with a wide in this over. The first over was really good from him. He's conceding a single.
He tries to go over mid-wicket. They've got a man in the deep who will stop that one. They're still searching for that flurry of boundaries, Ajay. When you're chasing 202, the fans often say, where are the boundaries?
Yeah, just got one so far. And they have to look for more. bowling is good. They're bowling the right line. Deeban has been very impressive. So has been M. Siddharth. A very clever bowler. He knows how to go about. Required run rate is creeping up. Start of the innings it was 10.10. Now it's 11.45.
And just for someone like Sham, who's fresh off 100, it's come after years of hard work, and it was an innings where he proved himself at this level. A question for you, being a former player yourself, when you have got that breakthrough innings, what is the mindset soon after? Is there pressure because you've got to do it again? How do you look at it? Because there are more expectations now.
Goes for the big one, man the deep. And what a catch that one. That's outstanding. Excellent anticipation there. He was running, had to run some distance, and M. Siddharthi strikes. You mentioned about Sham, well, this time around, he couldn't do much. That's a phenomenal catch.
Fantastic catch. It is Andre who sets very high standards for himself in the field. Running across to his left, diving, keeping his balance. And he's got the big wicket of Sham, and that persistence of Siddharth has paid off as the pressure continued to build, and Sham has gone for 2, 13 for 2, the Trichy Grand Cholas. As a senior player, Jay Kaushik has to really take on the mantle in this run chase now for the Trichy Grand Cholas, walking in at number 4. It's a top-class over by a top-class bowler. Siddharth concedes only 2 and gets a wicket. 4 overs gone, 13 for 2. Equal in terms of losing wickets, but in terms of runs, Kovai had 3 times the amount of runs that Trichy have got at a similar stage. Deeban will be persisted with for a third over as the pressure is on. Makes room, he's lofted that down the ground. They've got long on, who's trying to run across and will stop it. Inside play, it was Kishore who does well.
Yeah, good all-round cricket there. Just playing down the ground, and of course Jay Kaushik, he's come in. And he's here because this was an outstanding catch. Going for the big one. We're just struggling with his timing today. Sham is lofting it, but just see that the anticipation. Absolute top class. Slide in the end. Andre was a fielder in the deep. Excellent commitment shown by him. Also didn't get hold of that one as you like because didn't get the elevation. But a fine wicket, important wicket for M. Siddharth. He's done well so far.
It's on a length, pulls it to mid-wicket and finally gets a 6. And when a batter is timing it this well, that's about the best a man can get. Rajkumar needs to turn it on here for the Trichy Grand Cholas.
Yeah, using that angle this time. The ball just coming in, just whacking on the onside. Nicely done by him. Good connection and going all the way. That's the result that he wanted. 68 meters, that's 6. Really excellent connection there.
This time outside the off stump. It's a partial stop by Ambrish at extra cover. Will be a single. So just to build on what we were discussing in the last over rather, about a player scores 100, it's a breakthrough 100. You come on into the next innings as we have a look at this perspective from the IOB buggy cam. What is the kind of pressure? Because you want to do it again, yet there are expectations. Now there's the pressure of expectations as well.
the most important thing, Nishad, is every match is different. And as the coaches say, you have to start from zero. What's happened is history. You have to begin again. Get your timing right, your footwork going. And I just thought today, as far as Sham was concerned, the timing wasn't there for him. He was struggling for that. Nicely put away in the gap as well. That's racing away. It's a very quick outfield. And that's going to be a 4. Desperate dive in the end. He's in pain there. He's in pain. Andre was the fielder who just took that catch. Hitting the hoarding there. Just hope he's fine.
Yes, he put in the full length dive and it just took him across those cushions and may have just clattered into the board. And it is painful. In fact, yes, his face right onto the boards. I've seen this happen in other matches as well. It is a bit of a jolt. Hopefully he isn't hurt too badly. Kaveri Hospital, our medical partners, always available and there for us in the hour of need. It's a 25-year-long legacy built on trust, quality and care. And just looking at the field of play, also great to have our doctors here. Just looking at the field of play, he's up on his feet and ready to take up his spot on the field.
They looked a bit concerned as well. Just got up. Yeah, he's fine. That's really good news. Got up there. So the physio just checking on him. Concussion. He just hit the hoarding there. Just checking with him. Looks to be fine. So really good to see there. Andre, the superb fielder. Great commitment shown by him. Nevertheless,
just remember an incident like this involving the Australian player Steve Smith in an IPL match where he had gone on to land onto the boards. And yeah, his teammates also felt the pain. It was Madhav. Bowled him! Deeban Lingesh on the mark. He creates further trouble for the Trichy Grand Cholas. May have conceded a 6 and 4, but then he's gotten the big scalp of Kaushik.
yeah, playing all over that one and keeping it very simple. In the stump line, good release as well. Lovely, a slight movement there. The ball just coming back and missing the line completely. He's delighted. He's fired up. Done a very good job so far, Deeban. The second wicket for him. The man walking out, Jay Kaushik. Couldn't do much. Out for 4, 26 for 3 now.
Bhavan Surya walks in with his team in trouble. Made his debut in the last match against Nellai Royal Kings, in fact. Got a 4-ball duck, but this was the wicket.
So playing across the line there. That's the reason he missed that line. Easing on the onside. First runs for Bhavan. He opens his account there. And a very fine over. 5 done, 27 for 3.
This is a pretty disastrous start. 3 down for 27. Not enough runs on the board. Lost too many wickets as well. Nothing has gone right for the Trichy Grand Cholas. Remember, they're second on the table, so they've done very well. They lost their first match. In case you're only just joining us on YouTube, thank you so much for being a part of the Shriram Capital Tamil Nadu Premier League. You can listen to commentary in English, Hindi or Tamil. But thank you so much. And So a reminder that Trichy are number 2, and here it's been a disastrous outing for them. Charu Sharma. So delighted to be in the company of Shabani Bhaskaran here with us. Shabani, quite unexpected. And as we see the wicket again, it was a magnificent delivery.
Good evening, Charu. Absolutely, because we did see Deeban Lingesh get the better of Suresh Kumar, a skipper, with an outswinger. And this time, the in-swinger came into play against Jay Kaushik. Good degree of movement from him. And makes it that much more difficult when a bowler can swing the ball in both directions.
Oh, spanked through the offside. A touch too full. And Rajkumar takes heavy toll, crossing the boundary line, safe and sound, like Shriram's fixed deposits.
He's good through the offside, any width. He will make the most of it. Over 500s fours so far. We're into the 20th game of the Shriram Capital TNPL. Plenty of runs we've seen. Pulled away, almost like a short arm jab, but there is deep square leg in position. Kishore has picked up quite a few wickets this season so far. Has been given the responsibility of bowling the final over of the power play this evening. Pavan Surya, his first season of the Shriram Capital TNPL. In a dicey situation, Trichy find themselves in.
Yeah, lots of trouble. 3 deliveries to go for power play. They've done poorly. They already need 12 and over. And imagine scoring 12 and over for 14 overs. That's not easy. It's okay for 3, 4, even 5. So they've dug themselves into a really deep, dark hole here, Trichy Grand Cholas. One can argue that they're pretty well placed on the table, and which is why it may not hurt them excessively. But what a big move it will be for VIDA Kovai Kings, who are in bad shape on the table at number 7. They will now move up a little smartly.
Going for the big hit, mid-off, running back. Shah Rukh Khan unable to reach it.
Well, unfortunately, because of his knee injury, I don't think he was running too quickly. And as it is, of course, he had back to the ball. So running with the ball over your shoulders, over your head, never easy. I think he was only a step or two short. Somebody quicker, without injury, might have actually managed to get there. But Kishore, of course, believes he almost should have had his man.
I think the throw that came in bounced off his helmet. Gonna have to check. That's why the physio is in for the concussion test.
Ouch. You don't like us, just tell us. Don't have to hit us on the helmet.
Another important reason why you should wear a helmet while batting, not just to face the bowlers and the bowling, but also some wayward throws, some awkward bounces that can come off throws.
Yeah, it's not just what, you know, it's also when you're nearing the crease, because when the throws come in, and at time, oh, from the Kaveri hospitals, almost required. But I think the batsman's recovered. But good to see them on their toes, Kaveri Hospital. 4,000, 6,000, thank you for your help.
The throw bounced off his helmet. He was caught unawares.
Boom. I don't think that was particularly hard a throw, but still must have shocked him.
Dot to end this over and the power play. Trichy Grand Cholas, 35 for 3. 30 runs behind at this stage, Trichy are. They've also lost the same number of wickets, 202 the target. They needed a good power play, but they lost the services of their skipper while he was on 0. K. Rajkumar and Shyam Sundar, the two left-handers, were out there in the middle before Andre Siddharth took a stunner in the deep to dismiss Shyam Sundar. And then Jay Kaushik castled by Deeban Lingesh. Jathavid Subramanian into the attack. He's been extremely economical through the season, Charu Chandra Sharma.
Well, thank you, Shabani. Always nice to be called out by your full name. Yes, he has 6.3 is exceptional. I mean, it's probably the best in the business. Of course, he is playing his first Shriram Capital. Second, is it Tamil Nadu Premier? He's played a while, just 5 wickets. Maybe that was this season. Okay. Well, the truth is that at 6.3, he's better than all the rest. And there are some big names bowling here, some experienced names. He's done very well.
It was the wrong one. Didn't pick it up, the batter nor the keeper. It does go off the bat for Shriram Capital 4.
Well, what do you say to the captain? He's the one keeping. Let's see how close it was to the gloves. Oh, yeah, well, too much of a deviation. Can't really blame the keeper, Loki. But what a clever delivery. Tricking Bhavan Surya right away. Who's going to be a little more circumspect now?
And with slip-in position.
Was that the regulation leggy? Tough to get some leg spin when you pitch it, say, middle and leg. But of course, the classic wicket is when you do pitch middle and leg and it takes off bail.
Oh, absolutely. Mid-wicket in extra cover, tight. Bowled him! Slightly fuller length delivery and straight through the batter. Bhavan Surya back to the hut.
Right on cue. Hitting off stump, though not off bail. And even he seems a little surprised at how well he bowled that. About leg stump and hitting top of off. How strange. I was talking about that 10 seconds ago. Jathwade, what a delivery. Congratulations. Yes, it's out. And it's a special wicket of a very special bowler. Bhavan Surya got 8 today, better than his duck last time around, 40 for 4.
Trichy Grand Cholas 40 for 4 in a spot of bother. Fabulous delivery from Jathavid Subramanian to get that wicket. And Jafar Jamal is in for Trichy.
Has he had a bad TNPL or what?
Impact player is Jafar Jamal. Ishran has been substituted.
I shouldn't say bad. Forgettable TNPL so far.
Beautifully tossed up. It was the googly to start to the new batter.
It was just the kind of ball that might take pad before bat as we go back to see that exceptional delivery. Angling in, forcing the batsman to play. I think he moved away a bit, drifting in, and then of course landing, spinning, taking off stump. Just brilliant. Everything terrific about that delivery.
What an over from Jathavid. A successful one comes to an end. 40 for 4. Trichy Grand Cholas. They haven't had a great time with the bats so far in this game. K. Rajkumar batting on 25. The others just single-digit scores before they went back to the pavilion. Jafar Jamal's just come in as the impact player. Do have Rajkumar still to come. Anthony Das, some batting and some firepower, but it isn't going to be easy. Prashid Akash, one of the changes for the VIDA Kovai Kings today, gets an opportunity here. He's come in as an impact player.
Well, what a happy time for an impact bowler to come in now as a substitute. Opposite team, the Trichy Grand Cholas, are on the mat. 4 down. Both the batsmen a touch circumspect. Well, Rajkumar will have to be a little careful. And Jafar Jamal has just come in. Good time for a bowler.
Darts down leg. You were talking about the classical leg spinner. Jataved Subramanian was in operation and he delivered that. The very next ball got the better of Bhavan Surya. Loved his reaction too, because he was in awe of the delivery himself, Jataved.
Such a pleasantly shocked face. Wow, did you see that? Did I really do that? Yes, you did, Jataved. That was a special delivery, getting rid of an important batsman.
Pulled away, long on. He's a tall fielder, but bursts through his hands, Andre Siddharth. A pick up a maximum.
Life can be pretty strange. Skipper with a double teapot there. What's going on? Andre took a fabulous catch earlier on. That's why he's at the boundary. This one far simpler. I don't think he got there in time though. So he was still on the move, still pushing himself. And you're so right, it burst through the palms there, making it look really embarrassing for Andre. He's a youngster, prides himself. Maybe that knock against the Gillette board kind of has upset his situation. You can see the right cheek on the cheekbone. He's got a bit of an injury, but he's game enough to carry on.
Looking for the single that's not on offer.
Oh boy, had they picked up Rajkumar there. Oh, bad to us. No. Rashid Akash, what have you done? I suppose he's just come in getting carried away, some adrenaline. Who knows? There it is.
Looking for that extra yard of pace. Pushing the popping crease. Need to have something behind the line. Line belongs to the umpire.
You know, it's strange how a lot of bowlers, particularly faster bowlers, because they're the ones who bowl most of the no balls, always come and ask the umpire, where was I? What happened? Show me. You know, it's what? It doesn't matter. It's been declared a no ball. Go back. Bowl it again and bowl a clever one so you don't get clobbered. It's Rajkumar. He's in good shape, striking at 147, seeing the ball well.
Wide, says the square leg umpire. So the free hit will continue. Not a great start from Prashid Akash. He's put himself under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, easy for us to say, always is from the commentary box, but I think he's trying too hard. Somebody needs to go up and tell him, the skipper particularly, who's just handed the ball back to him. I hope his words were, and there he is again together with Prashid Akash. Can we see that? No. Anyway, the chat could well be, listen, just take it easy. You know, you come as an impact sub, we're not expecting massive things from you, come do the normal things.
Plenty happening outside, and the Gillette dugout was one of the busiest spots around. What an initiative by Gillette. He's let it go. It is a wide again for height. You had a jolly time, Charu, but you always have sharp lines and a clean finish.
Well, a smooth finish for sure. Well done. Patting some Gillette aftershave, by the way, which I'd carried. I'm a big Gillette fan. Thank you. But that Murugan treated us so well. I tell you, I couldn't feel the razor at all. And I almost fell asleep. Such was the quality of that shave. Thank you very much, Gillette.
Pulled away, doesn't get the timing. It is a free hit. The catch doesn't count, but it'll only be a single.
He might think that, oh, I almost had my man. Sorry, you didn't. It was no ball. And you played, you bowled 2 wides after that. So He has 4 deliveries still to go. And there's a little bit of confusion in the field. Shah Rukh Khan just sending his players all over the place, all over the park. So the fielder, Andre, I think it is, shifts from long on for the lefty to long on for the right-handed player now. And he has a chance to redeem himself. Jafar Jamal has just walked in. Good time to bowl to him.
Sets up for the big shot. It's gone high and it's gone far. Over the side screen, a maximum to get off the mark from Jafar Jamal.
And what does Jafar Jamal do? He once again wields the bat like a battle axe. After that shot, in the ground there he is, moves his left foot away. Sweet part of the bat. It was tossed up. Well, I should say fuller delivery, wasn't quite tossed up because he's a medium pacer. But boy, did he hit it big into that 92 meters. Well done, Jafar Jamal. He's still standing on the crease with the bat on his shoulder like an axe.
He does like pace, especially pace on. Ball comes in fast, he hits it out faster. The way to go against him is spin, especially spin going away from him. Jataved Subramanian and Siddharth, they have to.
Scouting for the KKR team, Mr. Padmanabhan. Good to have you here. I hope you've liked what you've seen so far. And of course, Manoja, he's been here for many days. Still looks like, what, 19? But good to see him here too. Many scouts, because the Tamil Nadu Premier League, the Shriram capital TNPL, is certainly a happy hunting ground for IPL scouts around the country.
Swung away, but this time an opportunity. Andre Siddharth. Oh, it's Vidyut on the field as a substitute and takes a good catch to see the back of Jafar Jamal.
Jamal bludgeoned one, tried to do it again, but off a pace on delivery, he couldn't time it well enough. Up in the sky, he would be so disappointed that his battle axe didn't work second time around. Comfortable catch, running in from long on, no difficulty there. And in his very first over, although it was expensive, Prasidh Akash picks up a wicket. Jamal gone for only 6. He really hasn't worked in this edition of the tournament at all. 57 for 5.
Prasidh Akash picking up his first wicket, coming in as an impact player. That brings R. Rajkumar to the crease. He's been in scintillating form. The strike rate of 208. Jafar Jamal. His eyes wander out of the contact zone.
Yeah, just got a little ahead of it, of his timing. And once he spotted the ball, he said, oh, I'm going to go big again. But it was just a little pace off relatively. Actually, it's probably the same pace. But just a poor shot. Trying to hit it too hard on that occasion. Lost his timing. And he'll play no more part. So now, another new batsman, Rajkumar R, is at the crease.
R. Rajkumar comes from tennis ball cricket. That's one of the reasons why he's so strong against the slower short deliveries. He's able to muscle them over long off, extra cover. Brings about a different dimension to batting.
I remember some 49 or so in very quick time. He's a strong customer. Of course, he's got that elbow all done up, the right elbow.
Good finish to this over, 57 for 5. the 100th game here in Natham and the final game here this season. Kovai scored 201 in the first innings, led by Sachin B's 77, Madhava Prasad with 38 unbeaten runs to get them there. And in reply, Trichy Cholas 57 for 5. That's the equation, 145 from 72.
Just above 12. I don't think Jathwade is finished yet. 1 for 5, bowling only a second, although against the lefty, expect a lot of wrong uns.
Difficulty for the batting side is going to be they need to go after Jathaved's bowling too, and he has been miserly, and if you go after him, you give the opportunity of a wicket.
Well, they can't afford to be circumspect anymore because they're way behind where they need to be. Yet against Jathwade, they'll have to be a little careful, and the lefty could actually hit him for a few, but he might have the measure of R. Rajkumar when he should be at strike.
Not really taking too many chances here against Jathaved Subramanian. VIDA Kovai Kings see themselves in 7th position, but they are in a strong position in this game. They could move up. Net run rate will also come into play.
Well, unfortunately, even if they do win, they'll be at 4, which may still tie them for joint 7th or joint 6th, whichever way you see it, because they had they had a good match to begin with and then lost 3 in a row, which was poor.
It's gone high. 2 fielders. The deep square leg. Takes a good catch. Jathaved Subramanian gets a second.
Did I say he's not through yet? Definitely not. Not by a long way. A little disappointing that Rajkumar decided to throw his bat at it. Was a bit of a flipper, not really turning that much away, but wrong ball to hit across the line. Paid a very heavy penalty. Eventually a catch that he had to dive forward. Not easy to judge these perfectly in the night sky. Still, a very good catch by Radhakrishnan. Gets rid of Rajkumar, and with him, who alone knows, will the resistance come to an end, Trichys? We'll find out. 57 for 6.
Trichy Cholas 6 down. And in walks Anthony Das.
Take your pick, both princes.
Off the mark. With the single driven. The sweeper.
Well, this is going to be a really interesting battle. Jathwade, a genuine leggy, can turn the ball both ways. Not so much the googly. There we go back to that. Here he is, across the line. Didn't quite get it from the best part of the bat. He might consider himself unlucky, but it was a really sweet catch in the end. Ball swirling away, spinning away, and he clung onto it with dear life. Had to take a bit of a tumble as well. Well done. So, the interesting battle is now R. Rajkumar versus Jathwade.
They're happy to just work it around here at this time.
Yeah, I remember him doing that even when he got that quick fire. 49 was it? I forget. But he was... Well, he started slowly, a run here, a run there, and when he explodes, boy, he can hit the ball a really long way. I suspect maybe Anthony Das also. We'll see.
TNPL career strike rate of 122. He's been more of a bowling all-rounder in recent times, Anthony Das. Brilliant over so far, a wicket and just 2 runs. And it will stay as such. 59 for 6. hasn't been their day out with the bat. Trichy Grand Cholas, K. Rajkumar, the last wicket to fall for 32. Everyone else single-digit scores so far. Our Rajkumar's just come to the crease, and he's joined by Anthony Das. You need a resurrection act here.
Maybe there's a pattern here because big scores in the afternoon matches when they were held looked like they would be chased, and there were some of them, but not the evening matches. The evening matches, the team that bats first, whether they put in, well, nobody's chosen to bat first. There were teams that have been put in to get 200 and a bit, and it's strange how the chasing team just falls way, way short. We've seen that time and again.
Beautifully bowled. He tests both edges of the bat, does Siddharth.
What a combination to have Jathwade bowling from one end and M. Siddharth from the other. They are truly quality bowlers and complement each other and make it really difficult for batsmen to have these two bowling in tandem. You really can get rid of 8 overs without much damage on an average. They'll have to have a really bad day, and yet with our Kovai Kings find themselves number 7. So it's been the batting that's been a problem.
And when they haven't had the great starts that Deeban Lingesh has provided on a couple of occasions, he did in the first game and then in this game. IOB analysis shows us Manimaran Siddharth's speeds and how he varies them. He has that arm ball and the single finger swing delivery. Those are the fast ones. And then the orthodox left arm spin. Bowls in the 90s.
Yeah, it's pretty tricky. Of course, he does get spin when he slows it down. Otherwise, it shoots on through. So last over at the halfway, last ball at the halfway stage, it's been really good for VIDA.
A maiden over from Manimaran Siddharth at the halfway stage, 59 for 6.
The Trichy Grand Cholas have quite inexplicably lost their way. And the last 2 or 3 overs have been disastrous in terms of runs and even more disastrous in terms of wickets lost. To have 2 quality bowlers at them from each end has been very taxing and trying for the Grand Cholas. Here's Jathwade again. And got him! Wild sweep by Anthony Das. All Jathwade had to do is find the stump line. Yet another terrific delivery, landing around leg and middle and taking off stump. Just brilliant. There he is. Oh, was that the wrong one? That's the wrong one. Just went straight through. And that was a wild sweep by Anthony Das. Head up in the air, looking for the ball outside the ground. But all he will do is now walk away from the ground. Anthony Das will play no more part. 1 today, bowled by another beauty from Jathwade. And the Grand Cholas now 7 down for 59. G. Sai Shriram bowled a bit. I remember that misfield led to a boundary. His skipper was not too pleased then, but he walks in now to see if he can make a difference. Jathwade, 3 for 7. Absolutely brilliant. Charu Sharma and the company now of Nishat. Nishat, what a time to come in. Will you wrap this up?
It looks like Jathwade will. They go in for a quick single as G-Sai gets off the mark. But Jathwade, what a performance by him. Anthony Das just going for that wild sweep, misses the line, the wrong one, and it's also another good performance for Jathwade. Remember, his best figures in his Shriram TNPL career are 4 for 21, which came in the 2023 final for the Kovai Kings against the Nellai Royal Kings in the final, which helped them win the title. Now, after 3 years, he has a chance to better those figures.
For sure. Does he get hit for a few big ones by R. Rajkumar, who has the capability? He's been quiet so far, 1 from 9. That's his style. Begins slowly and then bang, bang, bang. Not yet.
Will get the single though. And interesting thing that you said earlier, that Trichy Grand Cholas have lost their way. It's as if they're on that highway and they've missed the interchange, and then you have to go 7 miles ahead and then take the next to come back.
Maybe because it was second on the table and said, well, we won't lose our way. We know the way. But of course, you take one wrong turn, and this has been that wrong turn in this edition of the TNPL. But they've had, of course, they lost their first and won 3 in a row. There's our Boost Milkshake high energy moments. Let's watch them. Boost Milkshake is the new secret of my energy for sure. It's built for everyday stamina and energy, and you can all try it now. That's quite brilliant.
And this is the kind of performance that could just lift the VIDA Kovai Kings dugout and the dressing room atmosphere, giving them that much needed psychological momentum heading into the next couple of matches in Chennai as they set an eye on the playoffs. Last ball of the over, a slip still in place. Blocks it with a solid front foot defense. 61 for 7, Trichy Grand Cholas. Wickets at regular intervals, and they just kept coming. The VIDA Kovai Kings bowlers have been relentless, and that relentlessness has been rewarded.
Yeah, they've bowled very well today, the 2 spinners in particular, but even Deeban, to begin with, was on the mark despite an injury. We'll try and show you that later, but we got a full house here, near full house, on a Saturday evening. This beautiful Natham ground near Dindigul. And I must quickly add that it's been a pure pleasure to be here for this leg.
Young Amrish is into the attack. Short ball pulled away. Will it go all the way? Yes, a 6 at last after a while for the Trichy Grand Cholas. Rajkumar can send the ball out of the park. We've seen it in the past.
Well, he's following the pattern. Push, push, push. Slog, slog, slog. So he's the block slog kind of player. Likes that. And Amrish will be a little upset. Got carted for a big 6 first ball. And he likes that, the short deliveries. He can go really hard, Rajkumar.
That's a good comeback by Amrish. Now, Amrish is coming off a good performance as an all-rounder in the Under-19 World Cup. Made some vital contributions during India's title win. Is looked at as an all-rounder. But Charu, as we know that the next step is to materialize and perform in the senior level. So this is a great platform, will help him get used to that transition.
Well, we can't go on and on about the whole impact sub thing, but more on it after this delivery. Because that has changed things up in the world of all-rounders. Now, most teams here in the Shriram Capital TNPL are studded full of all-rounders. But, well, thank you all for being here, sir. But the role of an all-rounder certainly is in question. So you've got to fall one way or the other. You've got to be a really good bowler who can score, or a really good batter who can bowl a bit. But if you're a bit of both, I think the chances that you move up in the cricketing world are, because of that one aspect, reducing a bit.
What a hit, but it required someone brave at cover to stop that one. And the captain knows it wasn't easy.
Well, you don't get in the way of our Rajkumar hit. But of course, a very special day here at the ground. The 100th match at this beautiful NPR College of Engineering Engineering and Technology ground. And I'm glad that we're all a part of this minor bit of history. Important bit of history, I should say.
Gets a single through the covers. Yes, and that's really true that, you know, this venue has been a part of the TNPL history. Now just looking at the KEI wires and cables, electric fielding of the day. Trichy Grand Cholas put in some good performances, but then that catch by Andre Siddharth. Certainly a standout. Skipper Shah Rukh Khan as well with a diving stop. Ambrish on the boundary. This catch went high in the air, but he did well to adjust. That was Madhav coming into this match and scoring runs as well. Last ball of the over, so Rajkumar denies a single. 68 for 7. It's been a good team effort by the VIDA Kovai Kings bowlers led by Jataved with 3 for 9, and he's going to get the opportunity to add to that tally.
Yep, they should have bowled him through, and they are. Watch out for our Rajkumar though. When he belts it big. If you get him, it's going to be all over. They're not really going for too many runs now. They're not taking the singles because Rajkumar doesn't trust G. Sai Shriram, and he does trust his own big hitting ability. But is Jataved going to give him an opportunity?
Dances down the track. Did try, but it goes straight to mid-wicket. This time they'll take the single. Jataved just telling the fielder at mid-wicket, take it easy.
Well, most spinners, I'm not so sure whether the same thing applies for faster bowlers. They're just generally built tougher. Are loath to have the ball come to their end at pace because they don't want their fingers injured. And, it's all finger spinners particularly. You want to keep very safe and away from those hard throws at the non-striker's end.
A slip in place now. That was a good one just outside the off stump. Was there something on the bat and through to the wicket keeper?
He's got 3 more deliveries and maybe not. Not too clear, but 3 more deliveries to get rid of G. Sai Shriram. Keep them on the stumps.
Oh, nearly dragged it back onto the stumps. Living a charmed life there.
Living dangerously. So far, so good for him. There it is. The regulation leggy. I think he was trying to leave it. Got the inside edge and almost crashed into the stumps. Very lucky. G-Sai. 2 more balls to negotiate. And our Rajkumar at the bowling end might be wondering, why did I take that single?
They've got a catching cover. Prashid has walked up very close to the batter. Another dot ball.
I think there's more to try and also avoid the single perhaps, because I don't think G-Sai was going to try and drive uppishly to short cover. Now he moves to mid-wicket. They're both closing in now. Shah Rukh on the offside and mid-wicket.
Lets it go through. Wicketless over for Jataved, but he's been phenomenal. 3 for 10 in his 4. Trichy Grand Cholas 69 for 7 after 13. Over the last 2 days, in the night matches, we've seen the side chasing struggle at touch. Charu, do you believe there's any particular reason?
I don't think there's any major difference in the pitch because the nature doesn't change in over 15 minutes when there's a break.
Makes room. It's a Skyer. Mid-wicket coming underneath it. Takes a very good catch. It's a fantastic catch because he had to dive forward. It had gone high in the air. And Ambrish has his first in this match as Rajkumar has got to go.
Well, he likes the short ball, tries to go big. Top edges, he'll be very disappointed. There's that delivery. Slightly, well, wasn't quite pace off at 133. Just got a little big on him. The bounce and the speed. What a fine catch. Or just all the way till the last step. He would have liked to have gotten a step closer to that, but that's his second Skyer. He's caught well today. Rajkumar gone for 10 from 18. Couldn't show his pyrotechnics today. And 8 down now, TGC for 69.
Ganesh Murthy, one of the veterans of Shriram Capital TNPL, walking into bat, but his primary role is that of a left-arm spinner. But this was a very good catch by Madhav Prasad.
Moved away to the on. Did he expect the short one? He probably did, yet it caught him by surprise. Just the pace at which he came, and he moved forward trying to give it a big bash, top edge, up in the sky, and a fine catch by Madhav Prasad. His second, and both he had misjudged just a bit, and he had to fall to be able to get to the ball, but well caught in the end.
It's a very good Yorker. Ganesh was beaten all ends up, but Charu, this is the kind of match where it could seriously lift the morale of the VIDA Kovai Kings and create some doubts in the Trichy Grand Cholas camp.
Yeah, it'll certainly lift the morale of VIDA Kovai Kings because they're a much better team than the table would suggest. But whether Trichy will be able to recover very quickly, I think they can, because they've done very well in 3 matches before this.
Off the mark, Ganesh will get a single. And often in T20 competitions, we see how one match can have a bearing where a team wins a big game and suddenly they start to believe. And belief can create magic on the field.
Oh, without doubt. I mean, the self-confidence and the collective confidence of teams can really work much better than the sum of their parts. But they have a couple of holes in their performance with that. Cracked away for a single. And they've really been very up and down. And lost matches they should have won. And of course, their skipper too is in a bit of a personal hole at this point of time, not getting the runs. He's dealing with a knee injury as well. And I think there's just a little all over the place with our Kovai Kings. And no wonder they're sitting at nearly the bottom. This win here today will make them rise. But as I said, maybe just to join 6th, join 7th. So it doesn't really alter positions much, except for the fact that they will now have hopes for qualifying. That's for sure. Rather than one loss here, and it could have all been over.
And some of the others also really need to lift their performances, like Lokeshwar to start. He gets those quick starts, but he needs to convert them into big ones. Sachin, no questions about him. The others too can really contribute. Ambrish can contribute with the bat. Shahrukh needs to elevate his performance. So there are those aspects, as you said, and a big thank you to the ground staff here in Natham who have worked tirelessly. We've braved the rain, Charu, but not one washout. Full credit to them.
He's given us an opportunity to continue speaking. The over was about to be up. Yes, just back to the ground staff. I mean, it's been those intermittent drizzles really, which are irritating, but the ground staff has been working very, very hard. They've got their job down really well. That's just one section of it. There are many more different parts. They've done extremely well. And of course, looking after this ground generally every day anyway and producing the pitch 100% to the curator, well done.
It's a successful over for Ambrish as he got a wicket in that. Trichy Grand Cholas 72 for 8. A forgettable day for the Trichy Grand Cholas as Prashid has been brought into the attack. Got a wicket but was expensive in that one over that he bowled.
I wonder what the plan here is, the strategy. Is it just to give him some more bowling because he's after all bowling for the first time here? Because I do think that Siddharth should have been preferred right here, right now. He'll run through the tail.
Taps that towards point for a single. And now when Trichy Grand Cholas will of course go back to the dressing room, maybe spend a few moments to cool down because you don't want the adrenaline to get in the way of what's said. And once they cool down and they'll start dissecting this performance, what do you believe is going to come out of that?
For starters, we can't keep giving 200 because they know only too well, and I say this, all the time, that the percentages of chasing 200 reduce very sharply. Every once in a while 200 is chased and you feel, oh, it's been done. But it's been done, what, 5 times out of 100? And that's not a good enough percentage. So the bowling has to be a lot tighter. The fielding has to be a lot tighter. They give too many runs away in the field. And I think those are the little things that you can do something about. But you can't always say that, okay, we're going to get 200 because batsmen have only that one opportunity. One nick, one skyer, and you're back in the pavilion. They're not such a bad side at all. I mean, Sachin's been pretty standout. You mentioned a couple of the players. Sorry, that's VIDA, of course. But for Trichy, one poor match. Let's forget it.
Also, they are without the services of Sanjay Yadav for this match. That's a big factor. Yes, he may not have been a big impact performer this year, but the mere presence of someone who has the potential to do it, one, and is a senior player, missing in action.
Yeah, you make a good point because somebody who can keep things tight, who has the experience, who won't get flustered in case he gets hit. And he can also contribute with the bat a bit. So that's another valuable all-rounder loss. But I don't think it's individual personnel. Collectively, they'll say, we have to forget about this. Easier said than done.
And now you're going to see some of these shots with 9, 10 and Jack out there.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm surprised that Siddharth hasn't come in. Or maybe he prefers bowling from the other end. And that's where he might come and clean it up next over. But also, after a poor match like this, sometimes it's best not to say too much. Because, the morale's already suffering. And then you don't want to keep picking and nitpicking and saying, what about you there and you here? And a lot of the players might well say, listen, I know we didn't do too well. Lay off me. So it's best sometimes to just go in there saying, listen, guys, bad match. Let's forget about it. And let's get back to our true potential as we go along.
Absolutely. And that's what it's so much about creating that good atmosphere, isn't it? And it all boils down to that. You may have the best team on paper, but if the atmosphere isn't working, it's very difficult to bring those performances on field. Whereas we have seen very average teams on paper having fantastic atmospheres in the dressing room, really going out and winning championships even.
I mean, people might say, what's in the dressing room? I mean, if you have a good, happy dressing room, doesn't translate to execution on the field. But it has a large psychological impact of all the players just feeling easy and happy and comfortable in each other's company.
Trichy Grand Cholas just moving along, 74 for 8 in 15. VIDA Kovai Kings have been phenomenal. 201 for 6, powered by Sachin. They also stumbled during their batting but then managed to get past that 200 run mark. In response, the bowlers have been persistent, relentless and have kept the heat on the Trichy Grand Cholas batters. As Ambrish begins his third over, it's another dot ball. Time to bring in Ajay Mehra into the commentary box. Ajay, how do you look at this batting performance by the Trichy Grand Cholas? Not something that was expected from a unit that has got the firepower. Yes, they are missing Sanjay, but even then they have the capability to do better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think lost too many wickets up front. And you see just two batters in double figures. K. Rajkumar, the top scorer with 32. The middle order really hasn't fired. They've lost wickets. But to the credit, as far as Kovai are concerned, they have bowled really well. The spinners have done a very good job. Yathaved, once again, he's been the pick of the bowlers. 3 for 10 for him in 4 overs. What a spell by him. Reading him off the hand has been very difficult. Shown those variations. Siddharth, he's done a good job. Really commendable captaincy as well as far as Shahrukh is concerned. They put those breaks. They've taken their catches. An absolutely brilliant of the field. It's been their day so far. Getting runs to the board, batting first.
Edges that one towards third man.
Also the factor, Nishad, it was really a big game for them as far as Kovai are concerned. Good to see people in, coming with their families. Must thank the crowd as well. They've come in large numbers on almost every day. We've been here in Dindigul, really supported the tournament in a big way. A big thank you from all of us here, the Combox.
Yes, while we leave Natham with a lot of memories, we also move to Chennai, where we will create more. Tries to go over the infield. What a catch! Running back from cover. Madhav is having a phenomenal time in the field. He made an impact with the bat and now he's taken some stunners out there.
Well, that I tell you is not an easy catch. Going over the shoulder, didn't get a hold of that one. Going backward, very nicely done. And then an acrobatic effort. Yeah, with the momentum, you'll be going forward. What a catch from him. 9th wicket falling. Man out, Ganesh Murthy for 4. Madhav Prasad was the fielder, 76 for 9.
Aditya Raj Davidson, the slinger, does the job with the ball, but with the bat, not much expected of him. But Madhav, what to say about this fielding performance, Ajay?
Yeah, he's a live wire. He's an exceptional fielder. The way he judged that one, never easy. That's the reason he's stationed at cover. Last pair of the crease now.
He's carted it down the ground. What an announcement by Aditya Raj. Maybe just eating my words here in the commentary box when I said that not much expected of him. Boy, take that.
Yeah, in the slot. He was waiting for the length and just see that bat flow. Taking his front leg away, making room for himself. That's gone some distance. That's a really clean strike. Down the ground, into the side screen. 86 meters. A big one. Strong lad, the seam bowler. He's showing his power here.
Well, when the fast bowler connects, tries for that again. The teammates enjoy more than the bowler himself. 82 for 9. Oh boy, wait. This over isn't done yet as Ambrish has just overstepped the mark and it's going to be a free hit. And he's got to bowl the last ball again.
Yeah, just see that one. The line belongs to the umpire. The first landing, some part has to be behind the line. And yes, this over is not over yet. has to come in. Going to be a free hit. License once again. Rathesai Raj. What does he do here? Out of just having a word with his bowler, Ambrish. He's got a couple of wickets. Oh, they're having a great time. It's like a carnival. Really enjoyed every bit of action out here.
Free hit, full toss, swings across the line. It goes over cover. He didn't intend to hit it there. Will be a couple of runs to end the over. It was a high full toss. The umpire just looking at his colleague at square leg. There's no signal. But he's going to review. Aditya Raj has opted for the IOB DRS.
And I think he's right. Going for the IOB DRS. Just checking on that.
TV umpire to director. We have a player review for wayside no ball check. The batsman is Aditya Raj. I check the field, it's a fair delivery. It seems to be going above the wayside. Can we check with the graphics, please? It's a fair delivery. Calculated addition is fair delivery. Yes.
Ambrish has made it just enough. Trichy Grand Cholas 85 for 9. Deeban Lingesh comes into the bowling attack, got a couple of wickets. Ajay, you will remember when we were on during the power play. Doesn't have the pace and he was fantastic. Bowled to his strengths, but how does he approach in the slog overs? Now, of course, there's no pressure, but moving forward in the competition.
I think probably a block hole. That's exactly what he might be trying. Back of lid this time, in the air, and that's taken as well. They might be checking that one, but I just felt that he's taken it cleanly. Is this the end of the innings and the match as well? They're just checking on that. Yeah, they're going up, not very sure. We have technology. Still consulting, yeah, they're going. So IOB review taken.
Waiting for the first angle. Pull it forward. Director, can you have anything from in front of the fielder? Copy that. Can you have a zoom in on that? Take it back. Few frames back. Any other angle from side? Side on? Yeah. Thank you. I can see the fingers are underneath the ball. Go for the completion of the catch. Yeah, satisfied. I have a decision for the big screen.
That confirms a thumping 116-run victory for the VIDA Kovai Kings. They won the first match of the competition this year. had a losing streak but have bounced back.
Yeah, added bounce there and just trying to play in the direction of point. Upish, very nicely taken. Excellent catch by M. Siddharth. That's the end of the match as well. A big, massive win here for Kovai. That's exactly what they require. Those 2 points and the net run rate for them will be going up in a big way as well. Winning this game comprehensively by 116 runs. What a bowling performance. Did well with the bat, getting 201 runs on the board. Lost the toss, they were put in, but then just the way they came in, the intensity they showed, those wickets in the first 6 overs were really well, took their catches, and they look to be pretty happy. The coach as well, and it's a really very fine win for them. A team that had hat-trick of wins, now losing this game, and that's Trichy for you.
It's a fantastic win for the VIDA Kovai Kings, and as we wrap up here in Natham and move to Chennai, a much needed confidence boost for them. It's a team that has done well over the years, a couple of championships as well, but now it's a new start. They want to do well. They won the first match against SKM Salem Spartans, kept stumbling, but now finally get that victory. 116 runs, Ajay, that's the margin, and it will have a big implication on the points table in terms of the net run rates.
Yeah, absolutely. Fireworks out here. Lovely scenes here in Natham, and you see the batting card as well. Just 2 batters in double figures. That was K. Rajkumar, the top scorer, getting 32. J. Suresh Sham, who got 100 in the last game, couldn't do much, out for 2. J. Kaushik, he came in, he could do much. Then R. Rajkumar getting 10. And then not a great batting performance by Trichy, Grand Cholas. The bowling was really good, especially the spinners chipping in and bowling really well.
No doubt about that. Jataved, the first among them. 3 for 10, 16 dot balls. Deeban set it up in the power play, came back to finish things up. Ambrish got a couple of wickets. That'll help his confidence. And it was an overall fantastic performance. Not to forget Siddharth, an economy of 1.
திருச்சியின் கேப்டன் ஜே சுரேஷ் குமார் இப்போ கூட இருக்காரு. சுரேஷ், நீங்கள் வந்து டாஸில் வந்து சொன்னீங்க எப்போவுமே பேட்டிங் நாங்கள் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பண்ணி வின் பண்ணிடுறோம், இன்றைக்கி வித்தியாசமாக நான் ட்ரை பண்ணுறேன் அப்படின்னு சொன்னீங்க. என்ன லேர்னிங்ஸ் எனக்கு இந்த கேமில் இருக்கு?
இல்லை, ஆக்சுவலாக நான் பர்சனலாகவும் இருக்கட்டும், இல்லை கோச்சஸாக இருக்கட்டும், நாங்கள் ப்ரிடிக்ட் பண்ணது தப்பு நான் ஃபீல் பண்ணுறேன். ஏன்னா லாஸ்ட் கேம் இந்த வென்யூவில் லாஸ்ட் கேம் ஆடுறோம். நேற்றும் இதே விக்கெட்டில் தான் ஆடினாங்க, சேம் விக்கெட்டில். இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பெட்டராக ப்ரெடிக்ட் பண்ணிடலாம். அங்கே லூஸ் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன் நான். ஒரு
லேர்னிங் இன்னைக்கு கேமில் இருந்து அப்படின்னா என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க?
சிம்பிள், எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச பவுலர்ஸ் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் டயர்டான மாதிரி நான் ஃபீல் பண்ணேன். அதனால் அவுட் ஆஃப் த பிளான்ஸ் நிறைய இருந்துச்சு. ஏன்னா ரெகுலர் இன்டர்வல்ஸில் விக்கெட் எடுத்தோம், பட் ஈவன் தோ ரன் கண்டெயின் பண்ண முடியல. இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பிளானிங்கில் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பெட்டராக இருந்திருக்கலாம்னு தோணுது.
சென்னைக்கு போகிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு பாசிட்டிவிட்டியோடு போகிறோம் அப்படின்னா என்னன்னு சொல்லுவீங்க ஆஸ் அ டீம்?
சிம்பிள், 5ல் 3 கேம் ஜெயிச்சிருக்கோம், 5ல் 3 கேம் ஜெயிச்சிருக்கோம். சிம்பிள், இனி மறுபடியும் எல்லா பஸ்லையும் கழிச்சிட்டு மறுபடியும் ஃபஸ்ட்லேருந்து வரணும். ஆனால் 3-4 days பிரேக் இருக்குது. ஆப்வியஸாக இன்னும் பெட்டராக வருவோம்னு நினைக்கிறேன்.
கோட்டை ஃபுல்லாக அழிச்சிட்டு முதல்ல இருந்து ஆரம்பிக்க போகிறீங்க. எனிவே, தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் ஃபார் ஜாயினிங் அஸ் அண்ட் பெட்டர் லக் நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம். தேங்க்யூ.
Chasing 2 and 2, both the openers came in. J. Suresh and K. Rajkumar. This was the first wicket soft dismissal there for the skipper. He was holding at the point area, and then of course they were looking good. Sham, who batted really well in the last game, he struck a few fours, and then this catch, absolute brilliant catch. Sham had to go back, and then of course some really good bowling as well. There was J. Kaushik playing all over that one, playing across the line. That's say they were really bowling well because of those wickets. The pressure was increasing on the bowling side. A few inside edges, and of course Jataved at that stage really bowled well. Some great lines, varying his deliveries as well, very nicely.
There were a few big hits. This one just going through Andre Siddharth's hands. Jafar Jamal, he's known for hitting it long, and he did. And then of the next ball, only managed the elevation, not the distance. The catch was taken, and the VIDA Kovai Kings were phenomenal in the field overall, Ajay. These fielding performances truly lift the side.
Absolutely. They took their catches. The bowling was wonderful. Jataved at that stage was bowling really well, bowling in the right areas. They're trying to up the ante as well, and then this catch as well. Excellent effort. They're just coming in from mid-wicket, and the end was very near. And this was, of course, Madhav taking an exceptional catch at cover. And then the last wicket to fall of G. Sai. M. Siddharth taking that catch, and Deeban getting his 3rd wicket. It was very impressive, the seam bowler.
VIDA Kovai Kings were under pressure, but then they have got a 116-run victory. It will definitely help them in the points table. Well, we will take a short break here in Natham, but we will be back. The post-match presentation is on the other side. Quite a few contenders for the player of the match.
The VIDA Kovai Kings make easy work of this game and they pick up 2 more points, much needed for them as they complete the Natham leg with a victory. Hello and welcome to the post-match presentation. Before we move ahead, it's only right for us to thank all the partners of the Shriram Capital TNPL, powered by Indian Overseas Bank. Good people to grow with. The Tamil Nadu Cricket Association would also like to thank Dindigul District Cricket Association and the NPR College of Engineering and Technology for their immense support and providing excellent grounds during the tournament. Yes, there was rain around, but not a single game washed out. I think that tells you the effort that's been put by everyone, including our groundsmen. The Tamil Nadu Cricket Association would now like to extend its gratitude to the town panchayat, the police department, the electricity department, the public works department, fire department, and all the other government organizations, including all those who were involved in the smooth conduct of the tournament at this venue. It wasn't a normal game either. This was the 100th game at this venue as well, as far as Shriram Capital TNPL is concerned, and that's indeed is a landmark to savor. Now we move ahead. A warm welcome as I introduce you to the presentation party. Mr. R. Sivabalan, the General Manager, Shriram Finance Limited. Very warm welcome, sir. Mr. G. Shriram, General Manager, Indian Overseas Bank. Good people to grow with. Mr. P. Gokulanathan, Honorary Secretary, District Cricket Association, Namakkal, representing Gillette. And Mr. Tirumeni S., Regional Business Head, Shriram Finance Limited. It's time to dive into the awards now. The first of which is a Shriram Capital Maximum Force of the Match award. The winner gets a check of rupees 10,000. I request Mr. Tirumeni S to give this award away. It goes to Sachin for those 6 boundaries. He's remarkable under pressure. Not a single time has a toss gone according to them, so he doesn't know perhaps what it is to chase a target, but he takes that additional pressure to always have those 20 cushion towards the end, the 20 runs. Moving on. Mr. P. Gokulanathan, I request you to give away the Gillette The Best a Man Can Get award for the batter with the highest strike rate. The winner collects a check of rupees 10,000. It goes to Radha Krishnan for striking at 200 today. Radha Krishnan started off really well for the VIDA Kovai Kings. Much required for them as well. The next award, I request Mr. G. Shriram to give this award away. It's the IOB Most Dependable Player of the Match. The winner collects a trophy and a check of rupees 10,000. Goes to the spin wizard, Jataved Subramanian, for these unbelievable figures. 3 for 10 in 4 overs. And talk about consistency as well. Bamboozling batters for fun here in Natham, Jataved. Mr. R. Sivabalan will give away the next award, which is the Shriram Capital Player of the Match award. The winner collects a trophy and a check of rupees 10,000. Goes to Sachin B for that magnificent 77 of just 45 balls. Some glittering strokes, especially those shots through the offside.
The impressive young left-hander continues to work his merry ways. Gets the Shriram Capital Player of the Match award for a vital contribution for the VIDA Kovai Kings. His unflappable temperament stands out and he's so confident. And it was due to his efforts that they got a big score, which was more than enough on the day.
Sachin, இது ரொம்ப நல்ல பழக்கம் இல்லை, ஒரு பிளேயர் ஆஃப் த மேட்சோட துவங்கிறது, பிளேயர் ஆஃப் த மேட்சோட முடிக்கிறது, ரெண்டாவது பிளேயர் ஆஃப் த மேட்ச் உங்களுக்கு கங்க்ராச்சுலேஷன். இந்த இன்னிங்ஸ்க்கு எந்த மாதிரி பிளான் பண்ணீங்க? ஏன்னா ஒவ்வொரு முறையும் டாஸ் உங்கள் பக்கம் இல்லை, பேட்டிங் தான் ஃபஸ்ட்டு பண்ண வேண்டியதாக இருந்துச்சு.
ஜஸ்ட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் தேங்க்யூ. ஜஸ்ட் அந்த ப்ராசஸில் இருக்கணும்னு தான் நான் பார்க்குறேன். ஜஸ்ட் அந்த ஃப்ளோவை மெயின்டைன் பண்ணும், ஏன்னா நல்ல ஒரு ரிதமில் இருக்கேன். ஸோ அதை ஜஸ்ட் அந்த மொமெண்டம் கேரி ஃபார்வர்ட் பண்ணணும்னு பார்க்குறேன். 200ங்கிற
ஸ்கோர் ஹாஃப் மார்க்கில் உங்களுக்கு போதும்னு தோணிச்சா இந்த விக்கெட்டில்? ஏன்னா பேட்டில் ரொம்ப அழகாக பால் வந்த மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு வெளியிலேருந்து பார்க்குறதுக்கு.
கண்டிப்பாக 200 வந்து நல்ல ஸ்கோர். ஆக்சுவலி கொஞ்சம் ஸ்டிக்கியாக தான் இருந்துச்சு, நல்லா பேட்டுக்கெலாம் வரல. ஸோ நல்ல ஸ்கோர் தான்.
பர்சனல் நோட்ஸ் ஏதாவது வச்சுருந்தீங்களா? ஒரு பர்சனல் மைல் ஸ்டோன்ஸ் இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கணும் டோர்னமெண்ட் ஆரம்பிக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி? நீங்கள் 70, 80 எல்லாம் அடிச்சிருக்கீங்க. உங்களை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் பர்சனலி நீங்கள் சந்தோஷப்படுறது எந்த இன்னிங்ஸ்னால இங்கே நத்தம்ல ஆடினதுலையே?
மதுரை பேந்தர்ஸோட ஆடினது
அந்த இன்னிங்ஸ். Oh, that was a fabulous innings indeed. Congratulations on the trophy. Looks lovely on you. All the best for the Chennai leg.
Thank you so much.
The player of the match, Sachin B. It's time now to speak to the winning skipper, Shahrukh Khan of VIDA Kovai Kings. Shahrukh, just the way you wanted to end this leg as well. Yes, you were disappointed by some of the performances, but the boys delivered tonight.
Obviously, it's obviously delighting after a good win, and that to a win like this with such a huge margin is obviously a plus. Yes, we've been playing good cricket. It's not that the matches have gone one-sided when we've lost. It has gone close. But the boys are in good stead and they know their roles, what to do. So we're close to delivering as much as possible.
You stuttered a little bit in the beginning after that good vital start of 38 in quick time. But after that, what was the message sent to Sachin, or was there no message at all? You just trusted that the boys will deliver once again, bailing you out of that situation?
There is no message whatsoever whenever we play. It's been, we try to let the batsmen do what they know to do the best, because, you can't put yourself in their shoes. They know what's running in their head when they're batting. So it's important that they continue their A game and take the team to whatever total's best for them.
Must feel happy having someone like Jataved in your side as well. Just gives you the luxury to throw the ball to him whenever you need a wicket.
He's been a consistent performer for us. The way the ball comes out of his hand, and that too on a wicket that sticks. He's unplayable on some days. As I told you the first day, I'm very delighted captain to have Saidu and Jataved in our team.
It's all coming along well. Having said that, I was thinking that big score that's been evading you, it's going to come in Chennai now for all your fans.
Exactly. I've been getting good starts, but not able to continue for whatever reason. But You know, batting is something different. On days which you bat well, you don't get runs on the board, but the days you don't bat well, there are runs on the board. You never know what's going to happen. I think it's important that I keep my head in good stead and take this positively.
I think it's a remarkable effort to have reached 200 plus firstly and then to hold your opponent under 100 as well. Very well done, and all the best for the points tables, net run rate column as well after this win. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Shah Rukh Khan, the winning skipper of VIDA Kovai Kings. That's it from the post-match presentation. Back to comms.
Just looking at the points table, and the Trichy Grand Cholas net run rate has taken a beating. It is minus 0.30. And the VIDA Kovai Kings, yes, they are on 6th spot, but they've got those vital 2 points. And the net run rate is a very, very healthy 1.25. The best in that table. And now the action moves. The caravan moves to the MA Chidambaram Stadium in Chennai. The historic venue gets set to host the Shriram Capital TNPL 2026. The first match will be between Chepauk Super Gillies and VIDA Kovai Kings there. It's on the 18th of August. We will be with you at 7:15 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So do join us and allow us a couple of days rest.